how this plays out. But again, tightest area of rotation, maybe even a couple areas of rotation here where you see those greens and blues kind of touch. So that's indicative of kind of reorganization a little bit here, call that cycling. So that is what appears to be going on now. Again, Bramble, Burn City, Kale, Dover Hill, again, in your safe place, including Silversville, Owensburg. You guys are on deck as well. Again, lowest part of your home, interior room, bathroom, closets, all great ideas. As we go further south, again, a line of strong to severe thunderstorms moving into Kentucky out of Indiana. Again, Evansville, you guys are in the clear here for tonight. In fact, everyone, I guess, across far western Indiana, your severe risk is over. So that is some good news there. Evansville, Vincennes, Terre Haute, you guys are all in the clear here for tonight as the severe weather has moved off to the east and is moving away from you guys. So you guys can go back to bed, try to catch a few hours of sleep as you guys are in the clear. Again, only one tornado warning in the state of Indiana at this time, and that is this tornado warning down here. Again, still has an observed tag on it. We'll go ahead and turn back correlation coefficiency here just to make sure nothing is on the ground. Again, I don't see anything on the ground at this point in time, but again, we're in between radars here, so it may take a few scans before we actually see a debris ball on radar, being that the beams are higher in the air. And again, as we zoom back out to the area, again, we're kind of dual streaming here between Michigan and Indiana. Currently, no severe weather alerts in the state of Michigan right now. Turn back to velocity to look at our wind speeds here. Again, strongest storms right now into Allegan County, just outside Kalamazoo, perhaps having some stronger winds trying to mix in just to the north of Paw Paw there, just to the west of 131. M40 here, Allegan, Holland, you guys right on the edge of that gust front there. But again, these are sub-severe right now. Winds probably 45 to 50 miles per hour in there. Perhaps maybe a few isolated stronger gusts just to the south of Allegan there, where you see those brighter returns right in here. Could have a few stronger gusts mixing in. But if those do go severe, we will be live and we will go cover those as well. Again, no severe thunderstorm warnings north of Indianapolis. They have all been allowed to expire or cancel. Again, we are seeing a weakening trend here, and this one just popped up here in Ohio. This is a special weather statement. Again, sub-severe storm, but a strong storm. We'll just have to watch that as well. And we do have a tornado warning just for the south of the Indiana border from northern Kentucky there. So again, stronger storms across southern Indiana and lesser to an extent across northern Indiana and southern Michigan tonight. Back to our tornado warning. Still some strong rotation here. Again, this is an older scan waiting on it to catch back up here with where the storm is actually at. I turn back on correlation coefficiency. Good news, I don't see any indication of a tornado on the ground at this point in time like we were seeing. So hopefully this is a failed cycling process, and hopefully this storm is going to broaden out and gust out and choke itself off. So that'd be best case scenario to see this RFD cut in front of it, cut off its fuel supply, and hopefully we'll see that weaken and broaden out, I hope. But something that's of kind of concern here is this guy right in here, right in here. Let me turn on, I guess, my velocity here. That's just clutter. Okay. And this would actually be, yeah, looks like it's just clutter there as well. And this is also in southern Indiana. I may have said Kentucky earlier. I apologize. It is very early in the morning. But again, strongest area of rotation, still north and east of Lagodi. Again, these storms are moving north and east at 60 miles an hour. Switch radar products here, just trying to get a feel for who has the best coverage right now of these storms. Here's Louisville's radar here. Here's that couplet for southern Indiana on this storm here, just to the south of Orangeville here, just to the northwest of Paoli here, Stampers Creek, Orleans, Saltillo, and Campbellsburg as well. Again, not a very tight couplet, but QLCS spin-ups are shallow rooted, so they can spin up very quickly. So they went ahead and issued that tornado warning there for that. Again, as we turn on correlation coefficiency on this product here, just to make sure nothing is on the ground at this point. Yeah, lots of clutter there with that one. Switch a couple radars here just to see. Yeah, no real indication of anything on the ground at this point in time. So that is great news here. We'll see if they reissue this tornado warning to include Bedford, maybe even getting in near the Bloomington area. But hopefully this storm is on a weakening trend and we're seeing a failed occlusion or cycling process. That would be best case scenario with this storm here seeing an unsuccessful storm scale. So we'll just have to see here moving forward. As we take a look here around the region, let's go back north here again. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch still in effect, which does stretch all the way over to Hillsdale County, Michigan. Does not go north near the I-94 corridor. It is south of Jackson County. So we don't have anything north of the immediate first row of counties here, stretching from Berrien County all the way to Hillsdale County, Michigan. I wouldn't be surprised to see a few of these counties starting to get shaved off as this line of storms continues to move east here tonight. So again, right now, no severe thunderstorm warnings or special weather statements in the state of Michigan. But again, a few stronger wind gusts definitely cannot be ruled out here. Just to the south of Grand Rapids here, Holland, Kentwood, Kalamazoo, Portage could have some stronger wind gusts associated with this line stretching from Holland through Allegan County all the way down to Alamo, just south of Plainville. Could have some gusts, perhaps near the 45 miles per hour range in there. Ryan, anything I'm missing here?
No, I'm not really paying attention right now. I'm trying to fix our stream. It's not connecting to ISCN. So go figure.
On ISDN right now.
Huh?
We're not live on ISCN right now?
We are on YouTube and USCN, but for some reason it won't connect to ISCN Facebook.
That would be a StreamYard issue there, probably.
Yep.
And again, we do have some isolated storms popping up around the Lansing area right now. Again, not really much of a tornado threat or wind threat with these. I am going to switch products here just to see if we have any hail in these. That would be the biggest risk with those. Again, maybe some small pea-sized hail moving into Lansing. Maybe some dime-sized hail. You can see the purples here. Could have some small hail just to the north of Waverly. Coming in just south of downtown, south of 496, near Greencroft Park, Colonial Village there, near Old Everett. Again, M99, I-96 corridor there could have some small hail, perhaps moving into South Lansing. But again, all these storms are subsevere at this point in time, which is terrific news. But they do pose a risk for gusty winds here throughout the rest of the morning here. Again, as we go back south here, we do have a couple of tornado warnings to talk about. And something that catches my eye is up here in Tipton County. Let me switch products here. Kind of a bit of a hook on that one outside of Elwood. Let me look at velocity on that. Again, good news, not really seeing a lot of rotation there. Switch products here. Let's go back up and go to velocity. Here we go. Again, Tipton County, yeah, maybe a little bit right there, but not really. Nothing too concerning there. So it just looks more ominous on radar. Have to watch it nonetheless. Again, severe thunderstorm warning now in effect for Indy Metro. Is in effect now. Marion County, and I have Shelby County, Hancock County, Morgan County, Johnson County, and Marion County in central Indiana. Again, 60-mile-an-hour winds, three-quarters of an inch diameter hail. So again, the hail threat is below severe limits there, but could have some gusty winds to 60 miles an hour. They went ahead and issued that warning. Again, skyscrapers and taller buildings in downtown Indy can amplify these winds. They can pull them down to the ground and decrease pressure along the streets. So it can amplify winds a little bit in an urban setting. So something to watch there. As we head back down south to our tornado warnings, we have 2 tornado warnings, or I guess technically 3 in effect. They went ahead and reissued this tornado warning now, which does include the towns of Bedford, and then, South Central Monroe County and South Central Indiana, Martin County, and Northern Lawrence County in South Central Indiana until 5:15 this morning. Again, rotation has tightened up. This is what I was afraid of. And this would be what appears to be a successful storm scale or occlusion process, which is a cycling process. There you go. Backwards comma head here. Here's your donut hole on radar. Inflow notch right in here. Your tornado would be sitting right in here, just outside of Silverville, State Road 158, moving northeast at, is it still 60 miles an hour? 65 miles an hour. So it's picked up speed a little bit. So moving very, very fast to the north. So again, Guthrie, if I pronounce that wrong, I apologize. Olytic, Bedford, Heltonville, Chapel Hill. Again, all of you guys need to be in your safe place. Again, lowest level of your home, interior room, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside. This supercell has had a history of producing tornadoes. In fact, let's go ahead and pull up correlation coefficient here just to see if there's anything on the ground. Let me zoom in here. Again, not really seeing anything too indicative of that at this time, but again, rotation is picking up again. So again, a tornado could form at any time. Again, radar indicated rotation here, but this supercell does have a history of producing tornadoes and has even had a long track tornado on its track record. So not a storm to mess with. And this does include the Bedford area, Guthrie area, Silverville, getting very close to you, if not on you right now. Oolitic over the next couple of minutes here. Go back to, yeah, very, very tight rotation here, just outside of Silverville. So again, it may take a few minutes if a tornado does touch down to see the debris ball, as we are inside radars here. So again, elevation height, the radar beams probably close to 6,000 to 7,000 feet here. So again, we are pretty high up in the atmosphere, so we're not getting the best depiction as what's going on at the immediate surface here. But again, strong enough rotation by far for the National Weather Service in Indianapolis to go ahead and issue that tornado warning. Again, VROTs do match that criteria. Again, here's a look at radar here. A really classic backward comma head here. We have your inflow notch right in here. Here's your mesocyclone. It kind of looks like a donut hole, right? With the hole in the center being that area of strongest rotation where that tornado would be sitting, moving off to the east and northeast at 65 miles an hour. This is an old picture. This is likely sitting somewhere near the Oolitic area right now, near US 50, moving northeast at 65 miles an hour, getting very close to the Guthrie area as we speak. So again, lowest level of your home, get in your safe place as this tornado warned supercell is approaching your location. Bloomington is likely to get a skirt just to the south and east of you. But again, very, very strong rotation has re-intensified here. As we go back to the south near Paoli, Salem, switch radars here. Again, the rotation that was here has appeared to have weakened, but we have a lot of these what we call curly cues, right? We have one here, here, maybe right in here. Again, right in here, that little notch, we'll have to watch that for some areas of developing rotation there just south of Mitchell, State Road 37. But again, nothing indicative of a tornado in this tornado warning here. It is still radar indicated, does go into effect for another 17 minutes here. So again, we'll have to watch for spin ups along the leading edge here. But again, your strongest area of rotation is to the south of Bloomington. I'll switch radars here. Again, I really don't know which one is the best to use. We're really in between radars here. I'll go back to Indianapolis here. Here's the latest scan again. Yeah, classic donut hole signature on radar. There's where your tornado would be sitting if it is on the ground. But again, this is rain raft. You're not going to be able to see this tornado. It is going to be obscured in rain. You're going to get rain and a gust front, and then the tornado on the back end. So a very dangerous supercell to boot. Go back to correlation coefficient to make sure nothing is on the ground. Yeah. Nothing imminent on the ground at this point in time, but again, still very, very strong rotation. Going to get very close to the Bedford area. Again, this part of Indiana is very rolly, right? There's lots of hills and valleys, which is even more dangerous for this tornado as it could sneak up on you over a hill and you may not even see it or hear it. Again, no signs of an immediate tornado in progress at this time, but again, this storm has a history of producing tornadoes. And again, very strong rotation depicted on radar, so one could re-intensify and touch down at any time. As we move back to the north here, let me switch products here and go back to radar here. We'll scan across the area here. Again, severe thunderstorm warning for Indy Metro. Again, 60 mile an hour winds here. I believe 3/4 inch hail associated with that. Yeah, yep, still the same here. Moving east at 60 miles an hour. Move to the north here near Marion. Again, these storms have some gusty winds, but they are sub-severe at this point in time. Huntington County, you guys seeing some rain and thunderstorms. Again, sub-severe. Yeah, sub-severe at this moment here, there. And as we skirt north here, we did have a severe thunderstorm warning on these cells here, moving into the Angola area. But again, these have weakened below severe criteria near Coldwater, Hillsdale. Again, sub-severe. As we move north here, yeah, still a decent line of showers and thunderstorms moving through Allegan County here, A42, M89 here, and 222 near Watson, Hopkins. Again, 30 to 40 miles an hour, perhaps max there. And this line here has shown signs of weakening over the last few minutes as well. I think 30 miles an hour would be gracious with this line here. Again, we do have some storms developing further east than that. Again, more of a hail threat with these. Again, P to dime size hail perhaps, but again, sub-severe at this point in time, which is good news. Again, we'll have to watch some of these showers here. Yeah, Portage is in the clear. For whoever just asked that, Kendra, yeah. Portage is in the clear. Kalamazoo, you guys are in the clear. Berrien County, South Bend, everyone really west here is in the clear. Again, they went ahead and trimmed the severe thunderstorm watch back. So Berrien County, Cass County, you guys are not in a severe thunderstorm watch anymore. They're starting to trim counties back. Even the entire western half of Indiana is in the clear, despite southwest Indiana. Again, Evansville, Princeton, you guys are in the clear here now, as well as the strongest storms have moved off to the east here. Again, as we go back to our supercell here, that is tornado warned here. Again, very strong rotation here on radar, getting very close to Oolitic, Guthrie, Chapel Hill. Your classic comma head here, inflow notch, meso sitting right in here. Again, this would be a rain wrap tornado if it is on the ground, so a very dangerous situation. Let's go ahead and pull correlation coefficient back up here just to make sure nothing is on the ground. Well, that's a little bit suspicious here. We'll have to watch this area here for possible debris ball here near Fayetteville. As you can see, it's very close to this couplet here. Again, possible tornado on the ground, moving right over Old Farm Road and Pete Pritchett Lane here. We'll have to see if that moves here. It could also be clutter, but it is ominously close to this couplet here, and this storm has had a history of producing tornadoes coming right up to the State Road 37, State Road 54 near Oolitic. Again, center, lower portion of your home, in a room away from windows, if you can here. Yeah, Ryan's working on some things here behind the scenes. We've had some software issues here over the last few minutes, so he is working on fixing that here for later use. So you are with me here for the near term. I apologize in advance. Again, not really seeing that what appeared to be maybe some debris really moving along here, so that could just be clutter. But again, tight enough location to allow this tornado warning to remain in effect. Again, moving just outside the Bedford area. Move that out of the way. There's just so many things on the screen here. And we're in between radars here, so again, I apologize, not really getting the best depiction here either. Yeah, not really getting a... Again, rotation may have broadened out a little bit too, which would be good news here. But again, strongest area of rotation would be right in here, right where you see the donut hole. This is a donut hole signature on radar, where you have rain curtains wrapping around or rotating around your mesocyclone. That's a rotating updraft with inflow coming in over Bedford and getting pulled in from the south. So again, backwards comma head here, possible tornado, radar indicated rotation here, moving just really close to Guthrie, Bartlettsville, or I guess Bartleville, and Chapel Hill. If I butchered that, I greatly apologize. But some very, very strong winds here. This is actually close to 70 miles an hour here, moving into just outside of Heltonville. Again, this is probably your RFD, your rear flank downdraft getting pulled in around this storm and getting pulled to the ground outside of Bedford. So again, strong rotation here. Strong straight line winds here. Again, this severe thunderstorm warning, yes, 60 mile an hour, 3/4 inch size hail, but I would not be surprised to see that go a little bit higher here. Again, south of Bloomington, Indiana. As we move north here, again, none of these storms are severe at the moment. We do have a tornado watch in effect for the next 4 hours and 56 minutes here, which does include all of central and southern Indiana. Again, your strongest storms being south of Bloomington, Indiana. Again, we have more ingredients to work with: shear, lift, instability, and moisture. So that's why we're seeing the heightened severe risk across southern Indiana. As we move north, showers and thunderstorms across a good portion of Michigan here. Even getting some heavier showers along the I-75 corridor, stretching from, looks like West Branch all the way over to Traverse City there, just south of Petoskey there. But these are sub-severe, perhaps some small hail, but that is about it in those. Again, severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for the Indianapolis metro here. Again, your strongest storm being right in here. Again, 2 tornado warnings active in the state of Indiana at this time. This one here, radar indicated, expires here in 10 minutes. This is for northern Orange County and south central Indiana, northwestern Washington County and south central Indiana, until 4:48 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Again, more of a wind threat with this guy here now. See that Boeing segment there from Medora all the way down to Salem here, State Road 60. Again, as more bowed out here. So more of a gust front scenario there. Could have some brief spin ups. Can't be ruled out there. Again, with your greatest tornado threat being up here at this point in time. But I have seen some weakening trends over the past few minutes here, which is terrific news here. But again, tornado warning still in effect here for the next 9 minutes here. Radar indicated rotation here. As we switch back to correlation coefficient here.
Hey, Caleb.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and just pop in here really quickly and say we're having some problems connecting our software again, believe it or not. But I will say this, and you can disagree with me, Caleb, if you want to, but the Michigan threat for right now, it looks to be quite low in nature. I'm looking at my radar here. So I really would like to be live on Indiana more so than Michigan right now because there's nothing happening in the state where we need to be live for. So I think what we're going to have to do here, we're going to shut the Michigan Storm Chasers Facebook stream down, and then we're going to have to reconnect to Indiana. So if you guys would like to continue watching us on Michigan Storm Chasers, we'll keep the live up on YouTube. Can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Okay, my computer froze. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to shut down on Michigan Storm Chasers Facebook, and we're going to try to connect to Indiana's Facebook. We'll be live on Michigan Storm Chasers YouTube, so feel free to continue watching over there. But for right now, we need to cover Indiana where there's active warnings going on. Michigan, there's really nothing happening besides some general thunderstorms. So if I can get my screen to work, I'm completely locked up on my end now.
Like I say, you're still free on the stream here. I can hear you and see you fine. Yeah, I can see you waving there.
And I'm frozen completely on my end. It's only one screen too, so I'm gonna have to force close StreamYard. So yeah, if you want to continue, I'll go ahead and disconnect when I hop back in, and YouTube will stay on here.
Sounds good. Well, Orion disappears here for a few minutes to get things worked out here behind the scenes. We're gonna stay in southern Indiana here. I'm not really seeing anything in terms of severe winds anymore for this severe thunderstorm warning. I wouldn't be surprised if they allow that to expire here. I just had some thunder outside my house. Again, strong gust front here across northern Indiana, sub-severe at this point in time. We'll have to watch here across Grant County here. Perhaps some gusty winds trying to mix in here with this line here. I'm currently in Wells County, Indiana, so that is the thunder you heard. You'll probably hear some thunder as this line moves over my neck of the woods here. But again, nothing severe right now across northern Indiana. The biggest risk being across southern Indiana, and I wouldn't be surprised if this supercell evolves into what is called more of an MCV or mesoscale convective vortex, and this will actually churn its way across southern Indiana as it moves into northern Kentucky. So something to watch there. Sometimes with these embedded circulations get evolved into a line, they can kind of remain and just broadly spin, but they can also promote spin-up tornadoes on the leading edge. So something we're going to have to watch here, kind of a bookend vortex associated with that. But as we turn back on to our velocity here, which shows our rotations, again, very, very strong winds here moving northward here towards the radar. Again, just outside Guthrie here, county line here. This is likely 70 to 75 plus miles per hour winds here, and maybe even a pocket of 80 miles an hour in this deeper blue here. Again, very, very strong winds here. Again, we're off the ground here, but it's showing, minus, well in excess of 70 miles an hour here. Again, we're several thousand feet off the ground here, but again, wouldn't be surprised to see some stronger winds mixing in there, or perhaps a brief tornado on the ground here as well. Very indicative of some RFD enhanced winds, which is a fancy term for rear flanked downdraft, which is the exhaust system of a thunderstorm as your rain cooled air sinks down and is pulled down to the ground. Really enhances your winds. And again, extremely strong winds here moving into, again, Chapel Hill, just east of there, State Road 446. And that's right where this clear slot is. Again, that's your RFD, your rear flank downdraft, getting pulled northward here. These winds are likely significant, 75 plus miles per hour winds now, moving into State Road 444. Again, County Road here. We got Dutch Ridge Road here. Again, likely some significant winds there. That was some loud thunder. Um, Again, let me turn on correlation coefficient here just to make sure nothing is on the ground here. Again, extremely strong rear flank downdraft winds just to the east of Goon 3. Treat that as a tornado. Again, 75 miles per hour winds is the equivalent of an EF1 tornado. So again, even though they're straight line winds, they are extremely strong and can cause significant damage. So do keep that in mind. Again, yeah, no indications of a tornado on the ground, but again, very, very strong winds here. We'll have to watch this area very closely. Elkinsville, you guys are up next. Pikes Peak, Nashville, Indiana. Again, we'll have to watch you guys very closely here as this storm moves off to the north and east at 60 miles an hour. Again, this tornado warning off to the south, like I said, it had more of a bowed out nature, more of a straight line wind risk associated with that. So that tornado warning has been allowed to expire. We'll have to watch that area for some spin up tornadoes as well. Again, this kind of larger scale circulation here, where you have some larger bowing segments here, some larger winds getting pulled in here behind here, can actually increase your vorticity there on the leading edge. So we'll have to watch that as we move very closely here. Again, as we move north into northern Indiana, again, nothing severe at this point in time. Some gusty winds here stretching right along the I-69 corridor from Fishers all the way up to Fort Wayne, Indiana, or really, I guess, Markle, Indiana. Right in here. I guess Markle isn't going to be shown here. Hello. It's not going to show it. But anyway, Markle's right in here. But again, area south could have some gusty winds associated with that. Again, sub-severe at this point in time. Again, back to our rotation here. Still a pretty tight couplet, if I might say so. Again, we'll have to see if they reissue that tornado warning or not. Still pretty tight here, getting very close to Elkinsville here. Let's go ahead and turn on correlation coefficient here. Woo, move that out of the way. There we go. Again, nothing that really screams on the ground at this point in time. We really want deeper returns to really make that definitive. This could be dust particles getting kicked up. Again, really strong RFD took place here that really had a nice wind swath of probably 70 miles an hour. I would not be surprised to see some reports come in there of significant tree damage either. Some very strong winds, probably pretty close to the ground there. Again, some decent rotation here. It looks like they may not reissue that tornado warning. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for 60 miles an hour wind. Looks like there's no tornado tag on that either. I'm actually extremely surprised that there is no tornado tag on this. I find that very surprising, especially with that bookend vortex up here. But again, I would not disregard this area of rotation moving into Elkinsville, Pikes Peak. There is your tornado warning extension. Again, radar indicated tornado warning. Again, I was very surprised if they would not reissue that. This is for southeastern Monroe County, Brown County, and south central Indiana. It does include Browns County State Park. Keep that in mind if there's any campers in there. We got Lawrence County in south central Indiana, Jackson County in south central Indiana. Again, tornado warning is in effect. Radar indicated rotation here. Again, fairly strong rotation here, moving pretty close to the Elkinsville area. Again, moving northeast at 55 miles an hour. So still pretty close to 60 miles an hour east-northeast here. So again, a very dangerous storm here for east central Indiana. As a zoomed out look here, here's our tornado warning just to the east of Bloomington. Bloomington, you guys are probably in the clear for the rest of the night. We'll switch back to radar here. Again, after this storm moves out, you guys are in the clear. Again, everybody, Indianapolis, Logansport, South Bend, Terre Haute, Vincennes, you guys are in the clear. Again, your severe weather risk is over for western Indiana, including northwest Indiana. Southern Indiana, still have a few showers and thunderstorms, but Evansville, Vincennes, you guys are in the clear as well now, as this line of severe thunderstorms has moved off to our south and east, which is good news there. Are for southern Indiana, south of Bloomington, south of Indianapolis, moving south and east, east and northeast at 60 miles an hour for the majority of these storms here very, very quickly. Northern Indiana here, again, a line of showers and thunderstorms, sub-severe, maybe some 30 miles an hour wind gusts up in here, maybe around the I-69 corridor, perhaps a few stronger wind gusts. Yeah, not so much. That was high up in the air. So again, sub-severe storms to the north. Our severe weather is across southern Indiana. Again, pretty tight rotation here, still hanging on near the Elkinsville area. Again, this is coming into Pikes Peak. This is for southeastern Monroe County, Brown County, Bartholomew County, Lawrence County, and Jackson County in south central Indiana. Again, radar indicated rotation here. Just to the west of State Road 446. We'll go ahead and type in correlation coefficient here just to make sure nothing is on the ground. Again, I don't really see any strong indications that we do have a tornado in progress. But again, rotation has tightened up here, so treat it as if a tornado can form at any moment. Again, this storm has a history of producing tornadoes, including a long track tornado. And here we go. Our rotation is tightening up here just to the due west of Elkins. So getting very, very close. Elkinsville, in your safe place, lowest part of your home, interior room, bathroom, closet, all great ideas. Again, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible here. Again, pretty strong rotation coming back up here. We'll switch radar products here just to get another view. And here you can see it here. Elkinsville sitting right over here. Here's that rotation. Again, stronger inbounds than we have outbounds here, but still strong rotation nonetheless. Tornado warning in progress here for another 27 minutes here. Further south we go, Brownstown, Medora, Salem. Again, more of a straight line wind risk here as you see that bowed front there. Again, straight line winds coming in behind it, 60, perhaps 70 miles an hour embedded in there as well. So multiple risks here. Again, this is a large severe thunderstorm warning, which extends into Ohio, or sorry, not Ohio, past Seymour, Indiana, Vienna, Indiana. Again, severe thunderstorm warning in progress with our tornado warning just to the southeast of Bloomington, Indiana. Radar indicated rotation there, but this storm does have a history of producing tornadoes. No, it is not safe outside with these thunderstorms. You should not be outside whatsoever. Be inside. Anytime a warning is issued, do not go outside. Seek shelter immediately. Nowhere outside is safe during a severe thunderstorm warning. Again, tight rotation still just south of Nashville, Indiana, to the east of State Road 46. Moving towards the Elkinsville area, probably over you right now. Moving towards Pikes Peak, State Road 135 as well, coming up on you. Clarksdale, you're up the bat next. Columbus, Indiana, probably next 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes. It'll be at your location. Again, this storm is moving very fast, east-northeast at 60 miles an hour, 55 for this warning, but between 50 and 60 miles an hour. So again, this is currently in southeast Indiana. Again, no storms in Michigan are severe right now. Again, it actually looks very unimpressive up there, so not really concerned. So we're going to be focusing on southern Indiana right now. For those of you asking about Michigan, I'm not too concerned about them at this present time. Again, large severe thunderstorm warning in effect for, they do have a tornado possible tag on that. They have added that back in there. Largely thanks to a few, isolated embedded mesovortices within this line here, or spin up areas of rotation here possible. As the storm moves east, northeast at 55 to 60 miles an hour. Moving northeast at 75 miles an hour. So this storm is racing to the east northeast very, very quickly. Again, as we zoom back in here, I don't really see strong indications of really a tornado. This is just clutter here. As you can see, these parallel lines running up and down. Nothing really stands out with that at this point in time, but still strong rotation here near Elkinsville, probably closer to Pikes Peak by this point in time. Again, this storm is moving east-northeast at 60 miles an hour, if not faster than that. So again, a very, very fast-moving storm here. Severe thunderstorm warning for Indianapolis that was in effect has been allowed to expire. Again, nothing north of Indianapolis is severe at this point in time. We do have a tornado watch that is still in effect for portions of central Indiana, even a severe thunderstorm watch for northern Indiana. Again, some of these counties have been trimmed back, but nothing is severe in that vicinity. Again, right now, let's go to Yeah, our strongest storm right now in Indiana just happens to be um, this cell coming into Columbus, Indiana. Mainly a damaging wind threat here for the majority of these storms here. Again, can't rule out a spin up tornado, as a lot of these have history of producing such. But again, a blanket severe thunderstorm warning now. 60 miles per hour winds for the southern one here, quarter size hail. Tornado possible again. Embedded areas of rotation where you see these kinks here, Branchville, West Fork, the I-64 corridor here. Could still have a spin up tornado. It is possible. A lot of vorticity in the air tonight associated with these thunderstorms, with the strongest storm coming near Bloomington, Indiana here.
Also, I want to point out a special weather statement has been issued for the Tri-City area for, let's see if I get these counties right, Bay, Tuscola, Lapeer, Genesee. I'm tired. Shiawassee, and then whatever county this is. Forgot the county. Tired, guys. We're dragging. Haven't had sleep. Pulling all nighters. Saginaw County. All right, so Saginaw, Bay, Tuscola, Lapeer, Genesee, Shiawassee. Special weather statement: 40-mile-per-hour winds and half-inch hail. So it's below severe limits, but still could see some strong storms between Flint and the Tri-Cities.
Again, tornado warning still in effect for the Nashville area, Elkinsville, Pike Peak, Clarksville, in southeastern Indiana. Really, you can see this embedded supercell here. Here's your hook echo. Hail core coming in the Nashville right now. Let's look at that hail core here. You can really see, so this is actually not a debris signature likely. Your rotation is off to the south. This is likely some hail that is falling here. That's another thing correlation coefficient is good for. It's not just good for looking at debris. It's also really good for looking at hail core as well. So likely some hail falling. Let's go ahead and look at that here. Let's go to vertical integrated liquid. Here we go. Yeah, here's your hail core here. A little bit behind is likely probably right in here by this point in time, but still maybe some quarters, dimes, nickels, quarters falling in there as well. Let's pull rotation back up here. A little bit broader here, more of a wind threat here is what I am seeing here. Again, might be trying to cycle again. But the storm has also been struggling a little bit with its outflow, right? It's not as isolated as it once was in southern Indiana, where it produced the PDS tornado warning and a large, consistent debris ball in southwest Indiana. Again, this storm has grown upscale. It has merged within a line, so it has competition now. It does not have the environment all to itself, which is actually working against the storm, which is a good thing. But again, strong enough rotation here to allow this tornado warning to remain in effect for another 22 minutes here. But again, is producing some strong winds here near Pikes Peak. Again, you can kind of see where that green kind of hooks in. This is your RFD. You can kind of see a bowed out front here, kind of an S or a dog leg is a term used for this. Kind of a backward bending dog leg is where the term comes from. But again, RFD wrapping around, straight line winds associated with this. Where the area of tornado, I guess, highly likelihood, if a tornado were to develop, would be right about in here where the State Road 35 is, right in the inflow notch here. But again, your outbounds are rather weak. Your inbounds are strong. So again, more of an RFD wind threat associated with this at this present time. But again, spin up tornadoes can still happen. Again, our radar beam is rather high. We are not super close to the ground here. And again, a little bit tighter here. Just to the west of Pikes Peak, right around State Road 135, as it moves west of Stonehead here. Again, right in there where that notch is, you can kind of see where that band hooks around here. Right in there would probably be the best area for a tornado at this point in time. We'll have to see how this cycles through. Again, this is a rain wrap threat. You're not going to see this tornado coming if there is one on the ground. Let's check correlation coefficient just to make sure. Again, this is a little sus right here, but again, I believe it's clutter because you can see that streak all the way down. So again, this is undefinitive, more clutter at this point in time versus a debris signature. This is just the downside of being further away from the radar, is you don't have that pristine view as you otherwise would if you were a lot closer to the Franklin area. So again, decent rotation here, still more parallel versus the tight couplet, again, that could be cycling at this point in time. But again, strong rotation nonetheless. Tornado warning still in effect for 20 minutes here. Radar indicated rotation. Further south, severe thunderstorm warning stretching all the way down to the Kentucky border. Again, 60 to 70 miles an hour winds. Again, I think they're all 60 at this point in time. Yeah, 60 and quarters is the going hazard here. And then as we go back up northern Indiana, again, severe thunderstorm watch still in effect. Again, these storms are sub-severe. Again, 30, maybe 30 miles an hour in some of these storms here. Not really seeing anything too significant here in these storms here at all. They have lost quite a bit of steam, which is good. We'll have to keep an eye on them for re-intensification. Again, a lot of wind shear, both in speed and directional, needed for severe weather, but nothing too significant. All right. So a little bit more rotation here, but again, still parallel. We have more inbounds than we have outbounds here. So again, still an area where a tornado could form, but again, nothing on the ground at this point in time. And we'll make sure of that here. Yeah, still nothing on the ground at this point in time that I can see definitively. I don't have any reports of a tornado on the ground either by EMA or spotters.
I will say about an hour or two ago, we had a tornado touchdown in Oakland City, Indiana.
Yeah.
There are reports, previous reports of people trapped in their homes and also injuries in that area. So
Yeah,
just wanted to let you guys know about that. It looks like they had a pretty significant tornado go through that area.
Yeah, and that is actually from the same storm that we're talking about now across southwest Indiana. It was by itself. It had more to work with, and unfortunately, some towns may have had a direct hit with a pretty substantial debris ball on radar as well. So luckily, that is not going on right now with this storm. Again, kind of forming more of a damaging wind threat here. It's kind of evolving here into that. As you can see, it's more bowed out now. There's still an inflow notch a little bit, but again, it's struggling. Again, we're moving into more of a less favorable environment. As these winds occlude northward, it's going to start choking on itself. So hopefully we'll start seeing a weakening trend with this as well. It's already looking a little bit more unorganized, which is good. But again, Seymour, Indiana, seeing some gusty winds right now, perhaps to 60 miles an hour. Hail down to 3/4 of an inch, west quarter. So that's some good news there. Again, strongest storm still up here, west of Columbus, Indiana. Again, more of a hail threat with it now. Again, maybe some quarters mixed in there. Further south, I'll switch to Louisville's radar here. Again, gust front down to the Kentucky border here. Again, a little bit stronger rotation south of, actually, that's right on the Indiana-Kentucky line. Some stronger areas of rotation coming into the Pueblo area, just to the northwest of Owensboro, right on the, or Owensboro, rather, right along the Ohio River. Something to watch there. Possibly a deeper hail core in there, too. Again, new severe thunderstorm warning issued. 70 miles an hour, $half size hail, likely right in there. Threat considerable. So a considerable tag on that now. Again, that is extreme southern Indiana, Rockport, mainly just Pueblo here, in the peninsula here of far southern Indiana. Rockford or Rockport, you guys are in line for the hail. 1.5 hail is likely here, or 1.25 rather, $half size, and 70 miles per hour winds, likely coming into Owensboro here, Kentucky, over the next 5 minutes here, right on your doorstep. Again, this is moving more south and east versus northeast here. So again, a very strong storm there, right on the Ohio River, has a considerable tag on that. Again, this is an embedded supercell within the line of storms. Again, supercells kind of intensify our hazards here. And we still have a tornado warning in effect here. Switch radars here back to Indianapolis here. Again, rotation is not as significant as we were seeing. Again, still a supercell. You can still see your inflow notch, your hook echo here on radar and your Clydesdale. Again, more RFD associated with this versus your stronger back end returns. So again, the storm is weakening on the rotation side. However, it is still producing gusty winds in the line of straight line winds. So some good news there, perhaps. But again, tornado warning still in effect for 15 more minutes here, as we do still see some minor signs of rotation. But rotation has weakened over the past few minutes, which is great. Move further north, right? East of I-69 has some stronger winds moving into the Bluffton area, Blackford County, Muncie, getting in maybe some 30 miles an hour winds. Again, these are largely sub-severe, with your strongest being near Hartford City. Eaton area, Muncie, Indiana, maybe 30 to 45 in there. But again, sub-severe at this point in time, but we'll have to watch that line closely for any intensification. Again, from basically Bluffton all the way down to Muncie. We'll just kind of have to watch that there a little bit. But again, sub-severe at this point in time with our strongest storms across southern Indiana. And that was really the play all night last night into this morning. Just better ingredients to work with. Again, when we talk about ingredients, we already talk about our slim factors, right? We need shear, lift, instability, and moisture. And we just have more of that to work with across southern Indiana. But again, we're starting to run out of gas a little bit. We're starting to see these storms weaken, broaden out, become a little bit less intense. So that's good news. We're running into more of a less favorable environment. But again, these storms are moving at 60 to 70 miles an hour east northeast. So again, it's going to take a while for these storms to weaken fully just because of how fast they're moving, despite moving into a less favorable environment. Due to their forward motion, they could still pose a risk for severe weather. Again, here's a live look in Burton, Michigan. As we move up north here,
we have a line of storms with lightning moving into our Flint Burton area camera. It's actually directly over right now. So we're going to leave this camera up just for a few minutes here.
And I believe this is the first thunderstorm we've caught on this camera, right?
Yeah, first thunderstorm on our new camera network provided by Guardian Technologies. So
hey,
we're going to leave this. I want to leave this up here just for a second, Caleb. If you want to continue talking about Indiana, I want to see if we can't get some lightning on stream.
Yeah,
here.
all good. Right now, again, tornado warning is still in effect, but I don't see a tornado imminent at this point in time. So we're going to leave this camera up here for now. Again, more of a damaging wind threat associated now across southern Indiana as these storms propagate eastward. If that changes, I will pop in and let you know.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. There's a good flash.
Let's
go. A lot of you guys waking up now, getting ready for work for your Saturday morning. If you guys do work on Saturday, otherwise, most of us are probably sleeping in here this morning. So
yeah.
I envy you. Yeah, decent lightning there.
I just realized that we were kind of missing it a little bit when I was trying to reconnect Facebook. So I have to go back on the playback and see if I can grab something else.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about these cameras. Behind the scenes here, we can actually play back and we can go back and relook at things if we ever have anything cool or something that we want to relook at. We have the capability of doing so.
Mm-hmm. So again, this is out of Burton, which is near Flint, and this is going to be as these storms are moving over that general area. Again, current time 5:33 a.m. here on this Saturday morning. We are rocking and rolling. Potential severe threat again later today and into the evening tonight. So this is only round one. Could have a second round later on. We have another special weather statement issued for the St. Clair and northern Macomb and Oakland counties. This is going to be for 40-mile-per-hour winds and penny-size hail as these storms continue to strengthen. Wouldn't be shocked, Caleb, if we have a severe storm up here in the thumb of Michigan, moving toward our Harbor Beach cam. Lo and behold.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Some of these storms that were really isolated and sporadic in nature are starting to be a little bit more widespread there across the thumb, from Saginaw to Flint, all the way down to Waterford Township too, showing some signs of some gusty winds and some small hail on the leading edge. So,
I'd be shocked, but we're gonna have a good morning tonight. Wow, we're tired, so we're gonna have a good morning.
And again, they have trimmed back our tornado warning in Indiana. The storm is starting to move out of that warning, so it'll be interesting here if they reissue that. They have extended a severe thunderstorm warning on that storm with tornado possible. So my first assumption is, based looking on radar, they're not going to extend that tornado warning. It is showing signs of weakening, but they have a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-an-hour winds, 3/4-inch hail, and tornado possible. Shouts to Selbyville, Franklin, Columbus, and north of Greensburg, Indiana. So some good news there. My guess is they're going to let that expire.
If you want to take back your radar, just say the word and I can switch you back.
Okay, I'll do a quick update here. kind of
Okay.
show what's going on here real quick before we go back. Again, just as Ryan was talking about, special weather statements now across the thumb of Michigan for these storms here, stretching from Bay City, Saginaw down to Flint. Again, Waterford Township down in here um, could have some small hail and gusty winds. As we head back south, again, line of thunderstorms has intensified a little bit between Bluffton and Muncie, between Wells County, Blackford County, down in the Muncie area as well. Again, subsevere at this point in time. Move back south. Here's our tornado warning, or what's left of it. Again, the bulk of the storm has moved out of the warning area, and they have reissued a severe thunderstorm warning, 60-mile-an-hour winds with a tornado possible tag on it. And a lot of that is because our rotation is really just unimpressive at this point in time, which is great news. Again, strongest area rotation, if you can call it that, would be north of Columbus. But again, really, really broad, really unimpressive. So again, yep, tornado warning has been allowed to expire. No tornado warnings in effect in the state of Indiana at this point in time. Terrific news. As we move further south, we have a rather intensive supercell here, moving right into the boot of Wells County, between Pueblo and Rockport, Grandview, just with the hail core staying on the Indiana side of the river. Again, could have some hail, golf ball size hail. So it has intensified. It was 1.25 inches. Now we're 1.75 inches. So considerable tag now for the hail. Again, tornado possible on it. Again, maybe some broad rotation associated with it. Kind of see a brief hook echo there. But looking at velocity here, this really screams more hail than an immediate tornado associated with this. This is far southern Indiana. Here's Evansville. Get that out of the way. Here's Evansville, Henderson. Here's our storm right in here, right along the Ohio River. Still on the Indiana side. Coming into New Boston, Maxwell, Lewisport, Kentucky. So right on the Indiana-Ohio line there. Again, golf ball size hail associated with this. And actually, we can probably see that in correlation coefficient. Yeah, there's our hail. So just like what we see for tornadoes, this is used for hail, and we have a doozy of a hail core here coming into Rock Hill, US 231. You guys are in the soup right now. Grandview, you're on deck. Again, golf ball size hail. You can really confirm the hail core here on radar here. South of Ritchie, Rock Hill, 231 here. Really north of 250 north here is where the worst of that hail core is. Moving east at 60 miles an hour. So again, pretty large hailstones in here. And we'll go to vertical integrated liquid here. This is gauging our updraft here. And here we go. Oh, yeah. Yep, this is behind here, but again, a really juicy updraft here associated with this storm. A really mature hail making machine for a supercell here. Again, staying on the Indiana side, south of Chrisney, US 231, Grandview, State Res 66. Again, golf ball size hail associated with that. Move up north here. Switch back to velocity. We don't really need. That was loud. Sorry, I had some thunder nearby. Again, severe thunderstorm warnings as a whole across the state of Indiana. There is a tornado tag possible, I believe, on only one of them. Yeah, this one here is the only one with a tornado possible tag on it at this point in time. Well, actually, I lied. The one down here near Rockford also has, or Rockport has a tornado possible tag on it. But again, more of the hail threat for Indiana. A lot of the rotation is south of the river. I just lost power.
Well, you're still on, which is great.
That would be my battery backup right there. See, came in use. There we go,
Let's go.
baby. Yeah,
All
I
our
lost
new
power
equipment's
there.
in use.
Right after that lightning strike. So my guess is a CG struck a telephone pole, sent a surge through. Yep, there's a thunder from it. So pesky lightning.
Now the question is, how much time you got?
Well, it's on me right now, but yeah, for those of you restaurants, I'm in Wells County here, so there's probably a lightning bolt somewhere right in here, really close to me. I saw the flash, and then the power went out almost instantaneous, and it's kind of a helpless feeling. You're sitting here taking a breath, like, "Yep, that just happened." Anyway, back to southern Indiana, and now it's pouring outside too. So again, sub-severe storms up here, but just as that was a prime example, although lightning does not make a storm severe, it can cause damage. That one likely struck a telephone pole, sent a surge through, and knocked me out of power for a few seconds before it coming back on. So surge protector did its job as well as battery backup, and I am still alive. And whether that's fortunate or unfortunate, you can make that decision, but you got to listen to me a little bit while longer here.
How much? How long do you have on that battery backup? Oh no, we have lost Caleb. Looks like it's just me. So going back down here to the southern part of Indiana, this is going to clear out of the state relatively quickly. At least I hope. All right, he's still here. His connection's reconnecting. He just lost power, so we're gonna bear with us here. This whole evening has been filled with just a plethora of issues. We apologize, guys. This should not be happening. But first stream of the year here. Of course, we're gonna have um, some issues, but this is just a lot. So I apologize. So main threats tonight, again, kind of recapping everything. We don't have anything severe in Michigan. We have a couple strong storms up in the thumb of the state. It's heading toward Cairo, Cass City, Burnside, heading toward our camera in Harbor Beach. We'll keep an eye on that camera. We have it live rolling up here. I have my eye on it. We'll see if we can get anything in that general vicinity. Oh, Caleb, we're back.
I'm still alive, everybody.
How much time do you have before that backup runs out?
That was actually internet. I still had power. Briefly lost communication with the satellite during that thicker cloud and heavy rain that moved over associated with that band. But I should be good. Yeah, battery backup shows I'm good for another at least a half an hour. So I got a half an hour of juice, as you will, if lightning or something decides to do something funny. So where'd we leave off at, Ryan? You were filling in.
I was going through the thumb right now, talking about the strong storms there, kind of giving a
Perfect.
recap for those people who are asking about Michigan. No severe in Michigan currently, but we do have a couple new warnings down here in Indiana. We are now out of tornado warning ops for Indiana, and we are doing dual coverage stream today because we started in Indiana. Michigan only had one or two warnings, and then we wanted to focus our attention where stuff was happening. So we kind of made some switches and had some difficulty along the way, but here we are at almost 6 o'clock in the morning, both on no sleep, killed on caffeine. I'm on adrenaline. We are pumping out the content here. There you go.
Unofficial shout out to Monster. Thank you.
Whoa. We just had a bolt on the Dearborn cam.
Oh, we missed it.
I can go back.
I saw your face there and I'm like, is it something I said?
Nope. Let's go back here. Actually, before we do that, let me go ahead and I need your screen back, Caleb.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, I lost that when I went LOS there for a minute. Yeah, share screen. There we go. Here you go.
All right, that was 544. We're going to go 543. We're going to watch the playback of this. That was a bolt.
I'm going to see if I can find the one that yeah, some stronger winds showing up here on Velocity now, just south of Shelbyville. So have to watch that here. This is associated with that stronger thunderstorm. Again, this tornado warning is no longer in effect. It's just stuck on here. So something to watch as well. There we go. Yeah, and there's another lightning bolt that is not showing up on here that knocked me out of power, but I don't see it yet. But I know it's there because I saw it. Anyway, could have some troubling signs here. Again, rotation is intensifying here. I want to draw your attention back to southern Indiana between Hope and Fens. Getting ready to cross State Road 9 here in southern Indiana near Camp Flat Rock. Again, rotation is showing signs of a reef intensification here. Again, this is a supercell that will not die. But again, some brief gust fronts here on the north. Your forward flank downdraft up here. Again, your RFD back here, inflow notch. Here's your couplet. There's your rotation here. Again, so a supercell we're going to have to watch here. Again, you can really see the hook echo on radar. It really looks quite healthy still. Just struggling on some rain cooled air. Can you still hear me?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. You weren't moving your face, and I had some more lightning, so I didn't know if something did something goofy again. But
Yeah, well, I can't get playback right now. There's an absolutely insane lightning show going on in Dearborn, so
okay.
I don't know if you want me to take my screen full, but I can.
Yeah, real quick here. Again, rotation coming into Flat Rock, Camp Flat Rock, moving into Germantown, St. Omer, coming into the 74 corridor here, south of Shelbyville. Be interesting to see how this trends here. If it intensifies further, they may have to reissue a tornado warning. But for right now, it is VROT is below severe or tornado warning criteria. But that couplet is I don't like to see that. So we'll have to keep an eye on this supercell here. And there's a look at the Dearborn camera here. Dearborn, Michigan. And quite the lightning show going on up there. Anybody get woken up by lightning here today, whether it's in Indiana or Michigan?
We have a couple of storms firing off in Wayne County now, north side Detroit metros. This is likely what that camera is picking up. And for some reason, I can't get the playback to work. So I figured this might as well go live here and see if we can get anything. I had
Yeah,
nice
might as well.
bolt, and I had nice little cross bolt too. So let's see if it happens again. There's some.
Some cloud there, yeah.
We also got Harbor Beach Cam coming up here in the next hour or so. We can look at that as storms roll by to the north. But I want to get some good lightning here on camera for you guys. This is facing to the north and a little bit west for reference. Whenever you get quiet, Caleb, I get concerned for your dropping.
Nope, I am just looking at radar here while you are talking. Yeah, the worst of the storm is east of me, so. But I want to draw your attention back to southern Indiana. Again, a very intense hailmaker of a storm here. Again, just crossed US 231. Again, coming into Newtonville, Liberal there, southern Indiana, just north of the Ohio River. It's really skirting along the river here. Rockport, you guys had what appeared to be golf ball size hail on radar. Let's go ahead and pull up correlation coefficient here just to look at the hail core. And oh yeah, oh yeah, just south of Lamar. This is your hail core right in here. Let's go ahead and pull vertically integrated liquid here. Oh yeah, likely some large hail golf balls still likely occurring here in Lamar. Lamar, you're getting it now. Fulda, you guys are up next. New Boston. So again, likely some large hail occurring in the supercell here. Again, this is a supercell thunderstorm. It does have a tornado possible tag. Well, it did. But again, the rotation is really not very strong at the surface. It's more mid-levels. But nonetheless, it is very supportive of very large hail. Again, there's your vertical integrated liquid. But if we go to the correlation coefficient here, there's your hail core right in here. A very well-pronounced hail core here. And a lot of the hail is actually falling south of the reflectivity. So again, anywhere in the purple or blue here, again, very large hail core here. Maybe weaken just a little bit there. But again, large hail falling across extreme southern Indiana, south of Ferdinand. Again, Fulda, Lamar, New Boston, you guys are all on deck for this. Again, really just skirting along the river here in far southern Indiana. As we go back north here, again, the good news is this supercell has weakened yet again. Showed signs of re-intensification there briefly with a hook echo and some increased rotation near Camp Flat Rock. But again, that is broadened out. Again, more straight line winds here east of Shelbyville, perhaps some small hail in there as well. And we go further north here. Again, our squall line is now pretty close to the Ohio border here, only a few miles away. But again, sub-severe, lightning, maybe some small hail, heavy rain. And then up north into southeast lower Michigan, we have some sub-severe thunderstorms. Again, special weather statements for, let's read it here. 40 miles an hour, penny-sized hail for the southern one here. Up near Cass City, Saginaw, Vassar, we have half-inch hail, so a little bit larger hail in some of these cores here, probably the one just to the south of Millington, outside of Fairgrove here. Anywhere where you see that purple here is really where you have your more intense updrafts for some hail embedded in those storms. This is really the main risk associated with these storms, gusty winds and some small hail. They're likely elevated in nature, especially with that Dearborn camera. You kind of see the cloud heights, how they're rather elevated in nature. So tells me they're riding an inversion of some sort. Yeah, they look pretty elevated in nature. So not really looking at a tornado risk at all. Mainly just hail and perhaps some gusty winds in the cores.
Really cool, Caleb. We had that Burton camera facing south, Dearborn facing north. We had a lightning strike light up both at the same time.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It'd be pretty cool because they're all in real time there. So, but we also have the Harbor Beach cam there, bottom left, where these storms are moving towards. So we'll have a good view of these storms over the lake here momentarily. SWS now for Wayne, Oakland, St. Clair, and Macomb counties. Penny-sized hail and 40-mile-per-hour winds. So these storms are sub-severe, below severe limits, but still strong. Let's go ahead and take back my radar here. We'll go ahead and go over the Michigan side of things. These blue boxes are your special weather statements. Those are, again, strong storms, but not severe storms. We have a little bit of a heavier storm actually still over the Dearborn area. Let's go back to the camera, actually, because that storm is kind of backbuilding there. I want to see some lightning. That's just my personal, I guess, not pet peeve, but personal goal here is to get some good lightning on stream for you guys. Let's go ahead and take the Dearborn cam full. There we go. But penny-sized hail and 40 or so mile per hour winds moving into like Cass City. Got Bad Axe, Sebring, Marlette, Burnside, Goodland, Capac, Brockway, eventually Sandusky, Port Sanilac, Lexington, Columbus, Warren, St. Clair Shores, New Baltimore, New Haven, Casco, Marine City, all within the special weather statement. And again, penny-sized hail and 40-mile-per-hour winds is the current concern with these storms. We're gonna have a sunrise there on the lake with these storms moving over, Caleb.
Yeah, potentially.
Oh, there we go. There's some lightning.
Hey.
But I want to say a shout out here to Julie. I missed your super chat about almost an hour ago, about 45 minutes ago. So shout out to Caleb and Ryan and the Chasers for absolutely rocking tonight. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you, Julie, for being the mod here. We got a great moderation team. We got Julie, got Dawn, we got Hadley. I mean, there's a ton of moderators here in chat that are always helping us out, and they're up with us all night long, doing streams like this. So give our moderators a round of applause too. They are dedicated and they are huge in our operations.
Yep, we definitely couldn't do it without them. They're a big part of what we do. They're there always behind the scenes. We may not know they're there, but they're a huge help. So a huge shout out to all of our mods here.
Yep.
Again, we'll do a quick look here around the region here real quick. Here we are. We'll start up here in Michigan and kind of work our way south. Again, special weather statements for areas in blue. Again, the initial line of thunderstorms has started in Berrien County earlier this morning around 1 to 2 a.m. is really weakened, really broadened out. This is no longer a hazard. This is just rain with embedded thunder. Would you agree on that, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah, between Lansing and Mount Pleasant,
Mhm.
no longer severe, maybe some brief gusty winds, maybe 20, 25, but that's about it. Again, these thunderstorms here out ahead of it. Even some lightning all the way up, even a few lightning bolts, east of Traverse City, south of Gaylord. Again, small hail, gusty winds associated with these. Special weather statements shaded in blue there for some small hail, gusty winds. Move south here again. Severe thunderstorm watch still in effect all the way to Hillsdale County, Michigan, but I would be surprised if they continue that. I could see that being shaved off as well. I mean, I don't really see a severe threat north of within those two boxes there. Again, south of Fort Wayne is where kind of our stronger storms start here. Again, eastern Allen County, moving into Paulding County, Van Wert County, Ohio. Again, these storms here around Decatur, sub-severe, maybe some stronger gusty winds around the Decatur area in Allen County. Preble, perhaps 224. Could have some stronger winds there to 30 miles an hour. Further south here, again, severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for southeast Indiana. Again, a large gust front here. This was our tornado-producing supercell, but really right in here. Could have some stronger winds, 60-plus miles an hour south of Carthage, over by Occident here. State Road 3, Raleigh, Fairview, Rushville. Could have some stronger winds.
Caleb, we have a considerable warning now for the southern part of Indiana there. They just upgraded that to a considerable.
Owensboro, yeah, baseball-size hail
Wow.
now in effect. Or wait, nope, that's Owensboro. Borough. Those people are going to hate me by morning. Anyway, where's that considerable warning at?
It was from IND.
Well, that'd be up here. Oh, yep, that's for that 70 miles per hour gust there, that reflectivity I had just pointed out here, right in here, right along US 52, coming in the Rushville. Again, especially this pocket here, north of US 52, south of Knightstown here, a nice pocket of 60-plus miles per hour winds. Again, considerable warning, 70 miles an hour. Again, 70, 75 miles an hour. You're upwards, in the same equivalency of an EF1 tornado when you get above 70 miles an hour. So again, a very significant risk up in here. This is east of Indianapolis. Shelbyville, you guys are in the clear, as well as Greensfield. This is really for Rushville. In fact, being along, I wonder if I have any INDOT cameras in that area, perhaps. Let me do a look-see around the area here. Yeah, of course, it's one area I don't have any cameras. We'll try this one, see what that looks like. This one might be kind of show that here on the screen here. This is kind of situated down in here. Might still be on the back side if it loads. But again, sometimes these cameras have difficulty loading, especially in heavy thunderstorms. Yeah, it may not load. Anyway, significant wind gusts, 70 miles an hour possible, especially along the US 52 corridor down the Rushville, Nicetown. Again, significant wind gusts possible here along the leading edge of this thunderstorm here. Again, move to southern Indiana. Even have a few storms popping up near the Evansville area once again. Again, these are not severe at the moment with our strongest storms off to the east. Again, these two are our hail makers here between Owensboro, Kentucky. This is south of the Ohio River. Again, the Ohio River is right in here. So again, this is warned for baseball-size hail. And if you guys remember, this storm just came through Rockport with golf ball-size hail. So they got a double whammy of hail down there. No pun intended there. But again, very large hail. We'll go to correlation coefficient here. I love this, by the way. You can see a lot of things. Yep, there's your hail core there. And if I switch radars here, I wonder if you can really see it. Yeah, there's some. And there's your baseballs falling. Actually, that may be in the portions of Indiana here for some of that baseball-size hail. Again, right on the Ohio River between Owensboro and Pueblo. Even Africa there. Yes, it rains in Africa. It's raining there right now. Could have some large hail moving into Kentucky there, right on the Indiana-Kentucky line. I've been up all night, so if you hear a pun or a joke, I am sorry. It's just what happens.
Typical Caleb.
When you pull in all-nighter. That was a Toto reference, by the way. I don't know if anybody got it. But anyway, back to our considerable tag warning here. Again, maybe some dust getting kicked up here along the leading edge, perhaps some hail too. You can kind of see that on the correlation coefficient here. A lot of times during strong wind events, you can also see some disturbance in the correlation here, just really indicative of those stronger winds or perhaps some hail mixing in. We'll go back to our base velocity here. Again, yeah, very, very strong winds here from Knightstown north of the US 52 corridor here. Again, significant wind gusts, 70 plus miles an hour in these brighter pinks that you see here from US 52, Carthage, Raleigh. You guys are on deck. State Road 3 getting ready to cross you any second, if not already. Again, Rushville right on the edge of the more significant wind gusts. But again, wouldn't be surprised to see some brighter pinks show up in here where you see these purples here. So again, anywhere within this whole area here on deck for 70 miles per hour winds, if not greater. Some of these may be 75 in some of these brighter pinks here where that's mixing down to the ground. So Connorsville, you guys are on deck up next. Richmond, Indiana, Newcastle. Again, significant winds on deck for you guys. And as we go back north here, we do have some special weather statements, including Flint, Saginaw, Sterling Heights. Again, a lot of these storms, Flint, you guys are probably in the clear for now. Could have some gusty showers moving in later this morning. But again, moving over the bay here, yeah, Sandusky could have some smaller hail. Again, it looks like the hail risk is greater in these southern cells here. Again, just outside of Clifford, moving into Clifford here, probably in the next few minutes, could have some penny-size hail. And again, eastern Detroit, Sterling Heights, Rochester Hills, Warren, getting into southern Monroe County as well, could have some smaller hail, some perhaps some gusty winds. This is warned, or not warned, but a special weather statement for, penny-sized hail and 40-mile-an-hour winds radar indicated. So if those intensify and goes warned, we'll let you know immediately. But again, all of our severe warnings are in Indiana and Kentucky. Again, with our considerable warning here for eastern Indiana, again, 70-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-size hail, moving northeast at 65 miles an hour. So this storm is racing to the east-northeast. Again, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail, radar indicated. Again, it does say minor hail damage to vehicles, but let me point this out. Wind-driven hail can cause just as much damage as larger hailstones. When you have quarter-size hailstones moving at a velocity of 70-plus miles an hour, again, you may as well sandblast your house with hail. So again, wind-driven hail can cause significant damage, even at quarter size, 1-inch diameter. So that is another concern there. Again, the greatest hail risk probably between Rushville and Austin, there where you see those brighter pinks there, could have some hail in there up to quarter size, as well as those 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So again, a very dangerous storm there moving into eastern Indiana. And then we have our hail makers, large hail makers down here to the south. Let me switch radars here. Again, two supercells here. One that has finally moved south of the river again. This guy was warned for baseball-sized hail, Pueblo and Rockport, which already had golf ball-sized hail about an hour ago. Just had a renewed risk for baseball-sized hail again. The greatest hail risk is now into Kentucky, outside of Owensboro, Knoxville, Yelvington. All of you guys are on deck for that if anybody is watching from Kentucky. As we move north here, this is still in Indiana. Leopold here, southeastern Indiana, south of Ferdinand. Again, this is warned for half-dollar size hail, 1.25 inch diameter. Again, if we turn on our correlation coefficient here, we'll be able to see that. Yeah, there's your hail core right on here, I-64 corridor here, in areas just to the south. And if we look at our vertical integrated liquid here, here you can really see your hail core here. Get out of that. Yeah, here's your hail cores here. Again, really three huge hail producing monsters here. These two being in Kentucky. This one just crossed into Kentucky a few minutes ago. And we could have some hail starting to form just south of Mount Vernon too. We'll have to watch that for quarters here where you see that orange there starting to enter southern Indiana. Extreme southeastern Indiana. It's going to be moving into Kentucky here pretty soon. But again, some quarters here if you do live in the far boot of Indiana. Again, here's a look here at our storm here. Again, wind-driven hail here. Again, this has a considerable tag on it for 70-mile-an-hour winds. But the good news is some of the brightest pinks that we saw earlier have weakened, so suggesting maybe sub 70 mile an hour. But nonetheless, still warned for 70 mile an hour and quarter sized hail. So do take it seriously if you are there in the area, Ryan. No? Okay. Ryan must be doing something here behind the scenes. As we go back up north here, we'll kind of work our way north here again. Again, still some isolated showers and thunderstorms. All of these sub-severe for eastern Michigan. I know a lot of you guys are waking up for work here today, if you guys do work on Saturday, um, or just woken up early to start your weekend by some rumbles of thunder here across the thumb of Michigan, even across northern portions of lower Michigan. Have some lightning up in here over by Charlevoix, or not, yeah, just south of Charlevoix there, East Jordan. A couple lightning strikes here associated with these elevated showers and thunderstorms. Go to the UP here. Again, not a lot going on here. There was a marginal risk in place here, but again, these storms not severe at all. But again, some gustier showers, perhaps Mount Pleasant down to Jackson, Hillsdale County, but again, sub-severe. This line here that was in northeast Indiana has since moved into Ohio. So everybody between Fort Wayne, Logansport, Indianapolis, Bloomington, Vincennes, you guys are all in the clear. You guys are done. Okay, no more severe weather for you guys. This is it. Now, we will have to watch portions of southeast Indiana, northwest Ohio, southeast Michigan later today, perhaps after 1 p.m. this afternoon for perhaps some reinitiation of some thunderstorms. Some of those strong to locally severe. Again, really depends on atmospheric recovery, how much ingredients move back into the area before the cold front comes through later today. So definitely some things to watch here going forward here.
Starting some lightning here on the Harbor Beach cam. It is in night mode though, I believe, so it's not going to be reflective as the Burton camera and as the Dearborn camera was. There you go. You can see some
There's some lightning.
flashing. We'll get some better shots, I believe, as these storms get closer. But it is in night mode, so it's a little grainy. So bear with it here. I'll probably adjust as it gets a little bit lighter out. So we'll check
Yeah.
back with that here in a few
Over the
minutes.
next hour or so, we'll probably start getting a little bit brighter.
Yeah. And I'm in the middle of working on some behind the scenes stuff, Caleb. So just FYI.
Yeah, no problem there. Again, all of our severe thunderstorm warnings are in southern Indiana and east central Indiana. Again, we do have one here, still has a considerable tag on it for 70 mile an hour, still in excess or in effect for another 37 minutes here. And does include counties such as Franklin, Wayne County, Union County, Fayette County, Preble, and Darke County in west central Ohio through the next half an hour here. Again, considerable tag on it. Radar was showing signs of 70 miles an hour, and there you go. They are back on the radar here. These bright pinks here. You can see that bulge there where those brighter pinks bulge out coming into Cambridge City here, Columbia, Connorsville. Again, very strong winds here associated with this thunderstorm here. I would not be surprised to see a few reports of 70 mile an hour built into that. As we move further south here, we had a couple supercells down here, which have been quite the hail makers across extreme southern Indiana here. This one here is officially in Kentucky here, just south of the river here, which is right in here, right there between Tell City and Rockport here. Your strongest hail core being south of the border. This guy was producing baseball-sized hail. And again, we still have a supercell here, still north of the river here, Leopold, Leavenworth, English, Marengo, still in effect here for $half size hail and 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Again, this is a supercell. Again, we do have some embedded rotation here. Again, it's elevated rotation, really indicative of that hail risk versus a tornado risk here, as we don't have that rotation down to the ground. It's more in the mid levels of the supercell, but a supercell nonetheless, and supercells can have enhanced risk for hail and damaging winds as well. So something to watch here moving forward. This is going to skirt towards the Louisville area probably within the next hour or so. It'll be on their doorstep as well. Move east at, let's see how fast it's moving here. they have been moving close to 70 miles an hour. This is moving east at, I probably missed it. Maybe they didn't put it on. And moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. So yeah, it is racing east, still producing half-dollar size hail right along the I-64 corridor. So if you know anybody traveling from, let's say, Louisville to Evansville, again, a very large hail here that they're going to run into right on the I-64 corridor here in extreme southern Indiana. But again, as far as northern Indiana goes, you guys are in the clear. These storms have moved out of the state into Ohio. So if you're in Adams County, Wells County areas northward, even Grant and Blackford and Jay counties, you guys are in the clear as well. A little bit still in Jay County, but again, these are sub-severe, mainly just heavy rain, some gusty winds. But northern Indiana, you guys are in the all clear. I don't really see any severe weather happening in northern Indiana. We'll have to rewatch the area this afternoon for some redevelopment. But again, that's a conditional risk. We'll know more on that in a few hours. Maybe by 10, 11 o'clock, we'll see how the atmosphere recovers. But again, south in the thumb of Michigan have some thunderstorms that have produced some small hail and lightning. Again, pretty decent core there, just outside of Macomb Township there. Moving into New Haven, Wolcott Mill, Richmond area. Again, there's your camera there over Lake Huron there, looking north. Winds in excess of 40 miles an hour and penny-sized hail. And that's really been the main story with a lot of these thunderstorms here. And these may be sub-severe between Sandusky, Bad Axe, and Caseville as well. I do not see a reissuance of an SPS yet. We'll have to see what Detroit seems fit there for those. But again, more of an isolated small hail risk, perhaps some gusty winds with these as they are more elevated in nature there. Kind of see some asperatus there a little bit, or maybe a little bit of waves there on the leading edge there, some alto cumulus there over the lake. So kind of a cool scene there.
I was going to try and kick it on night mode, but I don't believe I have access to switch that over. It should kick out automatically, which should get the greenness off, make it more smooth, but not yet, it appears.
Some good lightning there.
Mm-hmm. It was really active here a few minutes ago. But Caleb, I believe we're going to wind down severe coverage here fairly soon as these storms move out of the state, which is going to be good news for us.
Yeah.
get some much needed rest here soon.
Again, still have some. They have trimmed back to the tornado watch now. Indianapolis, you're out of the watch. Bloomington, you're out of the watch now. They're really pulling these watches back. I'd be surprised if they expand these much more into Ohio, just because we're starting to lose intensity with a lot of these storms. Again, Dayton, Ohio, you guys are still in a tornado watch here, which does go for the next 3 hours and 46 minutes here. We do have some stronger storms off to your west here in Indiana. Newcastle, Connorsville, again, still a considerable warning here for 70 miles an hour winds and quarter-size hail for the next half an hour here as these storms continue racing across eastern Indiana. Some more good lightning there.
I missed it. Posting the statement here that's got issued for Huron and Sanilac.
Yep, and there we go. As said, DTX has seen fit to go ahead and reissue a special weather statement here. Sandusky, Bad Axe, Harbor Beach, again, looks like, going with the same wording here, 40 miles an hour and penny-sized hail, which has really been the story here. Not everybody will see penny-sized hail, really just those of you guys in the pink here. Pigeon, Elkton, you guys could see it. Bad Axe, depending on where this storm tracks coming across M53, could have some penny-sized hail in it. Really, any of these stronger cores could tap into some colder air aloft and get into some of that hail. Again, sub-severe, penny size, shouldn't leave too many dents or anything. Again, rather small in size, but hail nonetheless.
Ooh, there's some good light there.
Yeah, I saw
Pick
that.
up.
Quarter of my eye there.
I wish you could kick out of night mode so we could actually see a little bit clearer shot, but
Yeah, it's kind of
Let me-
grainy still. That's
let me
okay.
try to up the quality on that just a bit. Yeah, it's still in night mode.
Something to turn your eye to here, Ryan, if you want to switch back radars here.
Yep, go for it.
Yeah, this storm is technically in Kentucky, but it is moving towards extreme southern Indiana here. We do have some rotation starting to pick up here on the south side of this supercell. Again, these are supercells. They do have rotating updrafts, and sometimes that rotation lifts up in the cloud, and sometimes it'll pull back down as well. So starting to see a little bit of rotation here. Again, lime size hail, 2 inches in diameter. So significant hail here. Could be moving into extreme southern Indiana here over the next few minutes here. Again, this has been just a hail making machine here, from anywhere from tennis balls, golf balls, baseballs, you name it. This storm has produced it. Again, starting to see some rotation too, near the Cannleton area, Tobinsport. Again, right on along the Ohio River here. It may briefly cross into Indiana. There's another scan of it here. Go ahead and click correlation coefficient. So you're probably not going to see anything tornado-wise on it, but you're going to see the hail core. Let's get that pulled back up here. Here we go. Again, your hail core is sitting right in here, just to the east of Cannleton here. Again, with your rotation right in here on the Kentucky side, coming up to US 60 here, but may briefly cross Indiana. Wanted to pull that to your attention here. Again, large hail coming in the English here, I-64 corridor coming in the Marengo area, State Road 64, and coming up to US 150 here. Georgetown, you have to watch this line here pretty closely here as the storms approach Louisville, Indiana. But yeah, lime size hail and 70 miles per hour winds associated with this system too, with this storm. So again, very, very strong winds. We'll switch radars here back to Louisville. There you can see your rotation here. Again, pretty strong RFD coming out here. Rear flank downdraft. What just happened? I had a good view and then it's gone. Welcome to radar. Well, anyway, stronger winds coming in to extreme southern Indiana, Cannleton area, Hawesville, Kentucky, getting ready to cross the river again. This is extreme southern Indiana, kind of at the foot of Indiana, as we call it. Again, so you could have some strong winds there. 2-inch hail, lime size. So again, pretty strong storm there. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning outside Cleveland as well now. I'm guessing for hail. Let's see if that's true. Yeah, quarter-size hail, 50 miles an hour for Norwalk, Ohio. Do have a severe thunderstorm warning here. Again, this is kind of part of the same line associated from the thumb of Michigan all the way down to Columbus, Ohio. Most of these, however, are sub-severe, but again, some of these have become a little bit stronger here. And let me switch to a hail product here, hail tracker. Again, maybe a little bit of hail here. Again, this is really old data here. This is more likely over the water now, Lake St. Clair. But again, a few sporadic reports of perhaps penny to nickel size hail in some of these. With your larger hail makers being these deeper colors here. This one getting ready to cross briefly back into southern Indiana. And this one moving right along the I-64 corridor here, southern Indiana, State Road 37, Marengo, Corydon, Leavenworth here. Again, very large hail here, State Road 37. Likely, I know it's worn for $50 size. Wouldn't be surprised to see some larger stones in there either.
Caleb, I'm going to take over radar ops here. I want you to look at the 09ZH for Southeast Michigan today.
Sounds good. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to switch my radar out here to Omega. again, we're going to wind down our coverage here momentarily. But again, special weather statements in effect here for the Thelma, Michigan. Penny-sized hail, 40-mile-per-hour winds is the main hazard in any place that you see in blue here. Again, that's going to be for the Thelma, Michigan. Going back down to the south, here we have a couple severe warnings in Ohio now. I'll be here by Cleveland area, by Norwalk. Again, these are just going to be isolated hail makers.
Yeah, quarter size hail, 50 mile an hour for that warning, I believe.
Yep. And then back down here to the south, we are very close to clearing the state of Indiana. We had the last tier of counties to get through, and these storms are moving pretty fast, 50 to 60 miles per hour. Actually, I think the text of the warnings say 65 miles per hour for some of these. So
Yep.
when all said and done, these should be out of the state fairly quickly. And then when they are out of the state, that means we can end our coverage here at ISCN. And also for those of you watching, all 547 you guys watching on Michigan Storm Chasers YouTube, we can also clear the state of Michigan once these storms are off on the lake. But again, we may also have a potential round 2 later. We actually have another special weather statement here in effect for winds in excess of 40 miles per hour. That was a good bolt on the Harbor Beach Cam. But we are seeing another round. This is not as strong, but it could be more gusty in nature. Moving across the Tri-Cities from Midland to Bay City, down to Lansing into Flint. So perhaps round 2, in terms of the wind and the rain.
Yep. Again, round 2 is really conditional on how the environment evolves this afternoon. What ingredients
Before you
we
go
see
further,
coming in.
I'm talking about this second round behind the first line, like 2 lines here.
Oh,
So this is
okay.
windy. This is more hail and lightning. Round 3, technically later this afternoon. Kale, go ahead and talk about that. It's more conditional.
Yeah, I thought that's what you're referring to there. Anyway, yeah, round 2 likely be later this afternoon. If things materialize here, Ryan was having me look at the latest guidance here of that run. Really on par with more of a conditional risk again. Some pop-up isolated thunderstorms are possible later this afternoon, mainly after the 1 o'clock time frame through about 8 p.m. But again, it's really conditional on how much the atmosphere can destabilize and recover after round 1 compared to where our cold front is in our boundary that's going to be sinking southeast. So again, we could have additional severe weather later today, but again, it's just more of a conditional risk. Non-zero, but conditional.
Burton camera here, nice crystal clear view facing south. We have another round of showers. I'm not sure if there's any lightning with this round. Doesn't look like there's any lightning with the second round coming through this morning, but it could get windy here for a brief second. So we'll probably stay on long enough to let this pass over the camera. I can't imagine it's going to be too long before it does so. Moving northeast at 65 miles per hour. Yeah, that's going to be on top of the camera pretty soon. So we'll keep it tuned into the camera here, but also want to continue covering the stuff happening in Indiana for you guys. For those of you watching on the Indiana Storm Chasing Network. Go ahead and pop Caleb's radar back on screen here. I'll keep that Burton camera pulled up as this secondary line approaches.
Yep. Again, our strongest thunderstorms are associated across southern Indiana, especially southeast Indiana here. Particularly this guy right in here, or these two, should I say. I'm getting ready to move into Tell City, Indiana. Again, extreme southern Indiana. Golf ball size hail, 70 mile an hour winds. Considerable threat here with this one. Going to move north of Cloverport, Kentucky, into extreme southern Indiana. A lot of these storms have been flirting with the Ohio River a little bit, kind of skirting along the extreme southern Indiana. Yeah, still a $half size hail, 1.25 inch diameter for this guy here. This going for another 20 minutes or so. Again, moving right along the I-64 corridor with the heaviest hail core, moving into Marengo. Again, this hail tracker here is a little bit behind, so we're expecting to see those deeper grays probably right around Marengo, State Road 66, 64, right in there. Again, if we switch to correlation coefficient here, not as pronounced as a hail core as what we did see, which is good. The storm is starting to bow out a little bit. A lot of times when that happens, our centralized core kind of weakens a little bit. It comes elongated. So our hail size should theoretically shrink. So hopefully that's what we're seeing there. Again, Tell City, not the case. Again, quite a bit of hail being picked up here on correlation coefficient there. Again, our deeper colors here. Again, more, I guess, different sizes of particles in the air, whether that's hailstones, that's bouncing around. That's really what we look for there. More uniform size would be these pinks, kind of maroon colors here. These are all raindrops. These are hailstones right in here, right along 237 there, moving into extreme southern Indiana. We'll be out of Indiana and into Kentucky here probably in the next 10 minutes or so. But again, a lot of these storms are getting ready to move out of Indiana into Kentucky and Ohio over the next probably, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. But again, northern Indiana, you guys are in the clear. No severe weather is expected. Again, they canceled the severe thunderstorm watch for most of northern Indiana. Adams County still hanging on here. But again, I would have to say Adams County is in the clear with that line now in Mercer County, in Van Wert County, Ohio, a little bit coming into Darke County as well. But again, Adams County, I would have to say you guys are in the clear now. A few heavier showers and thunderstorms still hanging on to Winchester, Indiana. Again, special weather statement for you guys. Again, gusty winds 50 to 55 miles an hour. Still in a tornado watch, but again, your storm is about to move through and out of here. And once it does, you guys are in the clear. We'll just have to watch for some redevelopment later today if that does indeed take place.
Check my county, Caleb.
And Ryan has a little thunderstorm getting ready to move through.
Let's go.
We have Ryan right here, thunderstorm right here, thunderstorm, Ryan, thunderstorm, getting ready to come up M52, coming here to M50 as well. So brief heavier shower there. Ryan's pumped for that as always. A little bit of lightning in there as well.
Oh yeah, let's go.
When you pull an all-nighter, you get excited about little things. So
no, he's absolutely right. I've been up for like what, 24 hours now? Yeah, literally 24 hours. Straight.
Ooh, I took a 1 hour. Yeah, there you go. I took a 1 hour power nap between I don't know, 10 and 11. So I slept 1 hour before going live.
Yeah. You got lucky. I tried to sleep, but
wouldn't really call it sleep, more like a 1 hour power nap, but
the thing with me though is on a more personal basis, I don't take naps very well. I just don't. I would rather just stay up all night. And I
wouldn't call it a deep sleep. My brain wouldn't shut up. So
I would definitely prefer this way versus any other way. I'm trying to find my GoPro so I can get my camera rolling for you guys, but lo and behold, of course, it's missing. I wonder if it's still out there.
It's probably still out there.
The thing is going to be gone in Monroe County to one of our moderators by the time I get this thing set up.
We'll take a look at the back end of this thing here in a few minutes. Again, we are starting to see fewer and fewer severe thunderstorm warnings here across Indiana, which is good news. This whole complex as a whole is weakening as it moves into Ohio. Was as anticipated. But again, nonetheless, we've seen significant severe weather tonight from a long track tornado across southwest Indiana, multiple tornado warnings, especially across western and southern Indiana, and several significant severe thunderstorm warnings. So definitely not a night to have been taken for granted here. Very scary for many. My heart definitely goes out here to southern Indiana, especially Oakland City here, who may have had a direct hit from an intense tornado earlier this morning. So my heart goes out for you guys here as well. But the good news is you guys are in the clear here for the rest of tonight. But I've heard there may have been some injuries here or there. So definitely prayers with you guys. And again, that storm that impacted down there is currently up here. This is what's left of it. It has grown upscale into a QLCS line. But again, this is your storm that produced that significant tornado, or at least stronger tornado. Don't really know the scale of it yet. But down here in southern Indiana, near Oakland City, possibly had a direct hit, as well as Winslow, these areas down here. So definitely a scary night for sure. Again, one severe thunderstorm warning still hanging on, 60 miles an hour, quarter size hail. So here's a live look at the cameras here across Michigan here. But do we have a Ryan cam?
We do not. Oh, let's go.
Hey, there you go. Inter cloud lightning there. So when lightning bolts stay within the cloud to cloud lightning, or CC lightning. or icy lightning rather, in our cloud.
It's weird because on my phone, it's not as grainy as it is on the computer. So let's see if
Some
it tries to adjust maybe. Well, Kale, if I lose power, you're toast.
I'm toast.
I know you're already out of power, but I could lose power here because there's some good lightning with this one.
Hmm.
I doubt I will.
Now
but
that
if
you
I
said that,
do-
it's not going to happen.
yeah, you're probably right. But just warning you, if I disappear,
Okay.
I may be maybe struck by lightning. You never know.
That'd be shocking, wouldn't it? There's some fantastic lightning there. Again, this camera is looking north over Lake Huron here, I believe, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yes, it is. Due north.
And he's faking like he's disappearing. He's still there.
I
I
did.
see him in the background. He's not gone.
Looks like the playback is working now. So let's go back and try and pull the. Oh my.
Yeah, again, no severe weather currently in Michigan. I see some comments in here about possible tornadoes again. I would have to say the tornado risk right now is little to none anymore in the state of Michigan. Again,
Oh
the
my.
majority of our tornadoes have been in Indiana. Again, better environment down there, and even that risk is quite mitigated now that the storms are moving into a less favorable environment, turning into a wind and small hail risk now over the primary eastern Indiana, far eastern Indiana, and far southern Indiana. And these storms are continuing to weaken as well. So again, the tornado risk is very low now in the state of Indiana, and near not completely zero, but near zero in Michigan right now for the remainder of this morning. So shouldn't have to worry about that too much. We do have a new special weather statement that does include Flint, Saginaw, and Bay City, and that goes in for another 27 minutes here, 40 miles an hour wind. And that is at round 2, as Ryan mentioned a few minutes ago, some gustier showers moving in. And well, Ryan, that storm is waving to you about a mile to your west. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. But you have some heavier showers moving in, so still could have some lightning.
It's over me already. It's over. I'm very
New
interested.
severe, yeah, new severe thunderstorm warning for southern Indiana. Again, ping pong ball size hail. So again, this was lime size hail at 2 inches, but it has been downsized to ping pong ball size hail, and this is for Crawford County and Orange County in Kentucky. So again, far southern Indiana for this warning here until 6:45 a.m. So a few more minutes left, but they have downsized or downgraded the hail just a little bit. So good news there.
Try to do something here because this video is really grainy on the computer. I don't know why.
And here's that additional special weather statement we were talking about here. These gusty line of showers here that kind of zigzag across from Bay City to just east of Lansing, Flint. Could have some gusty winds to 40 miles an hour here associated with these showers here. Not really a lot of lightning in them once you go north of Jackson here. But again, some gusty winds are possible there as these storms continue pushing off to the east. Again, special weather statement still in effect for the thumb. I believe 40 miles an hour and penny size hail. Yep, still could have some small hail within the cores here. And even a smaller hail core moving into Marine City here, getting ready to cross into Canada. Again, penny size hail associated with that. And I am starting to get more lightning. What do you know?
A lot of things.
Well, I heard the thunder and then I looked at radar. Needed the rain anyway, so there we go. All right, again, seeing if a lot less in terms of severe warnings now in Indiana. Still have a couple hanging on. Richmond, Indiana, Winchester, Indiana, you guys are almost done here. Just a few more minutes, and you guys are in the clear. So thank goodness we did not have a repeat of what happened last year for you guys. I know a lot of you guys were really concerned about tonight, just with a lot of memories of a year ago with that significant EF3 tornado. But the good news, we did not see a repeat. We settled with a special weather statement. So very good news for you guys. But again, a few severe thunderstorm warnings hanging on here for southern Indiana and eastern Indiana, turning into more of a special weather statement risk here now, which is terrific news. Our strongest storms are currently right along the Ohio River in far southern Indiana. A few of those producing ping pong ball sized hail. Those guys have been hail makers this morning, producing anywhere between ping pong balls, limes, and baseballs. So extremely large hail right along the river. And it is windy here.
Oh my. I wish that camera was shut off on night mode. Be a really cool shot right now.
Yeah, it really would be. Really cool cloud structure there, too. Really hard to make it out exactly what it is I'm looking at there, whether it's asperatus, alto cumulus, some form of stratiform cloud there in the mid levels or low levels, rather. But
Yeah, it's very, very textured, especially when it lights up under the
it is.
lightning.
You can almost see
textured.
almost maybe some mammatus there.
Yeah, that's what I was.
A little bit. Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. I'm trying to make out a feature there in the background above the trees there, if that's a shelf cloud or what exactly I'm looking at there when it illuminates. But
Thank you for the super chat, DeFortes. Appreciate your support.
yeah, thanks for being with us here this morning on this Saturday morning.
We might do this again later this afternoon as well.
We very
for
well
round
could.
two.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy. We have over right around 1,300 people with us right now on this early Saturday morning. So great to have you with you here. Again, we'll be on here for a while yet. We still have severe thunderstorm warnings. Sorry, I don't know if you heard that thunder in the background, but the house rattled a little bit with that one.
There's lightning all around me, but there's nothing here by me. Oh,
There's a good one there.
I don't see anything heading toward the Burton camera, unfortunately, lightning wise, but that gusty front will come through. We'll watch that too.
Yep.
What do you think, Caleb? About 7 o'clock will pop out of here, you think, or is that too early?
I think it'll be a little bit later than that. We have some tail end Charlies that are straggling along southern Indiana, but not too much longer though. Again, our strongest supercells are in far southern Indiana. Again, more shear. That was a good lightning. More shear, instability, moisture, and lift to work with down there. So those are hanging on a little bit longer. But the majority of the storms are getting ready to exit Indiana into Ohio, but they are in a weakening trend, which is great to see. Again, our strongest storms, far southern Indiana. Again, these are hail makers, ping pong ball size hail for one of them, a $50 size, $50 tornado possible on a couple of them. But for the most part, again, these storms are on the way out, which is terrific to see, but we still have a little bit to go yet. Again, Richmond, Indiana, you guys are still in a severe thunderstorm warning, but it's on the way out. Again, 60 miles per hour, 3/4 inch hail. It does include or does not include Lynn, Indiana. You guys are in a special weather statement. But again, once that moves out here over the next few minutes, Winchester, Richmond, you guys are in the clear. Just some moderate to heavy rainfall, perhaps some gusty winds, and up to maybe 30 miles an hour and heavy rain. So the severe weather risk is on its way out, which is terrific to see. Indianapolis, you guys are no longer in the tornado watch. That has been canceled and trimmed back for you guys. So the risk is on its way out. And I would be surprised if they extended any watches further east in Ohio, just with the weakening trend that we're seeing here. So, as expected, but nonetheless brought some significant severe weather across to Illinois, Missouri, and Indiana here early this morning. Yeah, really decent lightning there as the storm moves over Lake Huron. So I am going to take radar back up here real quick just to give you guys a brief update here where we're at here before we go back to the cam. Again, strongest thunderstorms here across far southern Indiana. Again, here's the Ohio River right in here. These are getting ready to exit the state into Kentucky. Again, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, $half size hail with these here. The hail cores have weakened. They were producing tennis balls, baseballs, golf balls, and lime size hail, or 2-inch diameter hail for a couple of these as well. Another severe thunderstorm warning, which is in Indiana, has been allowed to be downgraded. Again, this one was also producing golf balls at one point in time, but is now quarters and 60 miles an hour. So terrific news here. These storms are weakening here as they move towards the Louisville area. We have one severe thunderstorm warning, which has been expanded into Ohio, 60-mile-an-hour winds, 3/4-inch hail. So again, mainly a wind threat with this here, which does include Greenville, the parts of the I-75 corridor from Troy, Pickawa. Does not include Sydney yet, but again, we'll have to watch these as they exit into Ohio. Again, some moderate rain, a little bit of lightning here on the backside of this, but again, overall, this storm complex is much weaker than what it was and what we were talking about even an hour ago. We had a considerable warning for 70 miles an hour winds. We just don't have that anywhere right now. Again, a few thunderstorms popping up on the backside, mainly a hail threat with those. We'll go ahead and turn up the hail tracker here. Once I find it, here we go. Again, small hail, biggest hail makers, where you see these deep grays here. Again, a really big hail maker here, but again, this is outdated, and this has been downgraded to quarter-size hail, so probably looking somewhere more like these two here. Again, this is back when it was producing golf balls, so a little bit outdated there, but kind of gives it a general consensus there. Oh, my power flickered.
Is your power back on, or is it?
Yeah, it's flickering. It just flickered twice.
Was it back on though?
It's back on, yeah.
Okay, nice.
A lot of lightning here, so probably struck a pole again.
What are the odds?
Pretty good. I mean, they just put up new telephone poles across my road, so think of them as like putting up new lightning rods, right? It's a new target for these storms to hit. So, new copper wire, new ground wires to test out, you know? And they're taller too, so. But again, these storms are weakening overall, which is terrific to see. Move up here to Michigan. A lot of our hail makers are starting to move into Canada. Again, mainly just a gusty wind threat here from Michigan from here on out. Literally here on out as these are moving over here on. I'm tired. It's way too early. Anyway, one severe thunderstorm warning here for east central Indiana moving into Ohio. 60 miles per hour winds is the main risk with these hail below severe criteria at 3/4 of an inch. Southern Indiana, again, this is where your stronger storms are. Getting ready to move into Kentucky. So again, the severe weather risk is on the way out. This guy here may stay in Indiana a little bit longer here. Is this tracking more east? So probably move in to Kentucky by the LaGrange, Madison, Indiana area. Right in here towards Bedford, Kentucky is where this storm will track probably over the next 45 minutes. But again, this severe thunderstorm warning downgraded to a special weather statement now. Southern Indiana, north of Cincinnati. Yeah, 40-mile-an-hour winds, half-inch hail, so sub-severe. Again, the special weather statement has been allowed to expire for Winchester, Indiana, Union City. All of you guys have been allowed to expire. Fort Recovery, no longer in a risk for you guys. Just some heavy rain, perhaps some gusty winds. And no other severe thunderstorm warnings in Ohio either. We had one earlier for some hail, but that has since expired as these storms have weakened. So, really good news, seeing a weakening trend overall throughout the entire region, which was anticipated. So, we are starting to see that now, which is terrific news. A lot of these storms are on their way out or weakening as we speak. So, terrific news here across the region. Oh, hey, Ryan. Oh, wait, that's just north of you. Never mind.
Don't
Sorry.
tempt me.
I got his hopes up and I forgot where he lived there for a second. Again, once these storms fully exit Indiana, we'll probably hop off here, have a few things to do, and we'll go from there.
We got a lot of things to do, Caleb.
Yes, we do.
Don't sugarcoat it. Yeah, the overall threat for severe weather, Caleb, I'm looking at the velocity off these cells in southern Indiana. I'm not really impressed by these anymore at all.
No, they're definitely on the way out. They're weakening, more of a hail threat with them, but again, quarter size hail, half-inch hail, or 1.5 inch hail is what a lot of them are warned for still. But again, the wind threat is decreasing, and the overall severe risk is decreasing too.
No, I agree. Whoa, I agree with you. Looks like we have a sunrise trying to take shape here on the camera, although it's not too terribly bright. You can start to see on the right side of your screen the eastern horizon starting to get orange there. So Jason says here in chat, golf ball size hail in Pekin, Indiana right now.
It'll be far southern Indiana. Yeah, right in here. So probably right in there in that deeper purple, some black there. Again, it is warned for, I guess it's only warned for quarters. Yeah, do you have any pictures you're able to send to us? I'd love to see that. Still having a lot of bots in the chat here, Ryan.
Oh, come on. Should be fixed now.
Okay, good deal. Again, yeah, the strongest storms in the region are across far southern Indiana, east of Salem, Indiana, all the way down to Leavenworth, Indiana, Corydon. Again, this middle one here is not warned at all. Just this one here for quarter size hail, 50 miles an hour. And this one here, oh, a new warning just popped up for this one here. So again, a lot of little hail makers, anywhere between quarters and an inch and a half is being the going rate here. Again, these storms back here are sub-severe at this point in time. We'll have to watch those for some small hail as well. And excuse me for losing my voice. I have been talking since 11 p.m. last night.
This is actually Caleb's first long severe stream with us. I think he's only streamed once or twice. I know we had one last year in like November.
Yeah, it was a
October,
late fall risk for the UP. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like your only really experience getting on stream with us here. So shout out to Caleb for rocking this tonight. We are going on hour number 7 of our coverage here at ISCN and MSC. So we are tired. We are sleep deprived, and we're going to do it again tonight. And that was a loud rumble of thunder on Caleb's cam or Caleb's stream there.
Yeah, that came through my headphone too. So if it was loud on the headphone, yeah, it was really loud here.
Yep. So probably going to be a break on the page this morning as Caleb and I rejuvenate ourselves. I'm planning on taking a nap. At least I need to sleep.
I'm going to schedule some posts out here this morning. So we'll have some content for you guys here. We'll have the daily forecast going up here. In fact, after we hop off stream here, I'm going to make that for you. Normally, I haven't made the night before, but because we're in severe weather ops, I didn't have a chance to do that. And then we'll have a brief discussion on the risk for strong to severe storms later today. That'll be going up here this morning as well. Again, highly conditional, generally east of the I-69 corridor, but largely depends on atmospheric recovery. So more thunderstorms are possible later today into early this evening. And that also includes Michigan as well, southeast lower Michigan, central and eastern Indiana.
I am not going to speculate this until we actually look and dive deep into it, but the latest models do show a threat for damaging wind as well as a brief tornado or two across eastern Michigan today. This is going to be like late afternoon, 3, 4, 5, 6 p.m. time frame. So if that is going to be the case, we'll have I'm probably going to nap until about noon or so, pop on, do a briefing with you guys for Michigan. And then prepare for another live stream in the afternoon. I'm not sure how we're going to handle the disconnection issues. We may have to just deal with it until we can actually figure out a way to fix it. So we'll see how we're going to figure that out and go from there. But we may be back live here tomorrow, at least for Michigan. Not sure about Indiana, but at least for Michigan.
Today.
Sorry, yeah, today. Thank you, Caleb. Caleb corrected me here. So yes,
I made that mistake too already this morning, so it's okay.
Yes. So we had 2 severe warnings in the state of Michigan earlier in the night, and now we just have a bunch of strong but not severe storms. So I'm going to take that Burton cam. Check out the cloud features on this. These are really, really good cameras.
Very mammatus looking clouds there.
And it's coming right at the camera too. We're gonna
Is this that secondary line of showers moving through?
Yep. I can actually up the quality on this too. So this is what the Harbor Beach cam could look like. I think it's on night mode though, so got to get that changed over. Let's see, that's a possibility. But that's a very beautiful cloud structure they're moving in. Now imagine we had the sunrise right now, lighting that up. That'd be insane.
Yeah, it'd be pretty. Unfortunately, probably a little bit too much cloud cover east of that location for that, but would be very beautiful. Yeah. Some low cumulus clouds there, maybe some stratus or perhaps even mammatus. It's just hard to tell in the dark exactly what they are, but pretty cool texture nonetheless.
I believe we are out of considerable ops. We can downgrade our graphic here. I know it's a little small above Caleb's head there, but We haven't changed that in a while, so we're going to go ahead and change that now to reflect just severe warning. We're winding down coverage here. The threat for Michigan is pretty much over for now until later this afternoon. The storms have moved off onto Lake Huron, and the ones that are behind it are just a little bit more so gusty winds in nature. We'll see the winds here on camera. Got a nice pine tree, dead center. We'll see it blow if there's any wind. But yeah, if you're watching from Michigan and worried about severe weather, go to sleep. We'll have another update around noon or so for perhaps secondary round coming third into the afternoon and evening tonight, 3 to 4 p.m. and after time frame. Yeah, Cyndaquil, I don't see a random storm to go severe in Michigan. What's out there is just rain showers. There's nothing really that's too concerning. Let's go ahead and look up at the northern lower part of Michigan. Oh man, I'm tired. If you haven't already on the stream, be sure to hit the like button. It helps us out quite a bit doing so. We've been up here doing it for 7 hours straight with you guys tonight, plus briefings throughout the day. So we're going on probably like 10 or 12-hour day here with covering this with no sleep here. At least I know Caleb had a little bit of a nap, but I'm on no sleep. So
A brief nap, like maybe 45 minutes to an hour.
feel free to hit the like button for us. If not for us, then for our sleep schedules, because we're going to need all the likes and shares and thoughts and vibes and prayers we're going to get for later today. Because I know Caleb and I are going to be back on here probably later for a briefing, then probably for another severe coverage stream later on today. We're probably I can just imagine how it's going to be. We're back.
Yep. Probably not the last you're going to see us tonight or today.
We're back.
Don't know if I should say apologize to the viewers here watching or not, but yeah, you get to see us again here in a little bit. Woohoo!
Hopefully not, but likely so.
Yeah. Yeah, at least for a briefing here, once we get a better idea of how the overall dynamics are looking here for later today, especially this afternoon. But right now, the storms are on the way out again. Take radar back full here. We'll do kind of a brief walkthrough across the region, starting in Michigan here. Again, special weather statements in blue here. Again, these are going to likely be canceled or expire. Yeah, expires in 1 minute. These storms are over Lake Huron into Canada, into Ontario again. A few gusty winds here associated with this line of showers stretching down from Bay City. Wouldn't be surprised to see a few gusty winds in Ann Arbor, even in the Toledo, Ohio area with this line of showers here. Again, the severe thunderstorm watch has been 100% canceled, no longer in effect. Whether that's Northwest Ohio, Northern Indiana, Southern Michigan. Again, no severe thunderstorm watch anymore. My guess is they're not going to issue any kind of a downwind watch issuance across Ohio. They're going to let this tornado watch expire and then be done. Again, these storms are on their way out. They have weakened significantly again. This line's still hanging on, has one severe warning on it for 60 miles an hour. That does go for another 15 minutes here for Western Ohio. Move further south here again, special weather statement in effect. That may have already expired. I don't see an end time on it, which is good news. It means that storm has weakened. Strongest cells, far southern Indiana. Again, this one here has been downgraded once again. Quarter size hail, 50 miles per hour wind, so it has not upgraded yet. Strongest storm, still, $half size hail moving into the Corydon area. Look at that hail core right in here coming up the State Road 135 just north of Dixie there. And in fact, let's pull up correlation coefficient. Maybe a little bit of a hail core, not as impressive as what I was expecting to see in there. So maybe a good sign there. But again, as we continue to move south and east again, maybe even a little bit of a hail core there. Again, these hail cores are not as impressive as what they once were, which is really good news. We'll turn on velocity here. Get a look at the winds here. Again, some gusty winds associated with them bowing out here. This one for 60 mile an hour, $half size hail, 1.25 inches. 60 and quarter. So again, these storms are on a weakening trend. There's a few scattered thunderstorms here behind here, but again, these are going to struggle to become severe as they're behind the main line here that has really used up a lot of the available ingredients here. So that is a brief synopsis here. This line of showers will continue to move into Ohio with a few thunderstorms as well. Again, small hail, gusty winds, but the severe weather threat is decreasing significantly across Ohio, as expected. I mean, these storms are just running out of gas, plain and simple. Less instability, less ingredients to work with. Therefore, they're going to weaken and turn into some gusty showers and perhaps some embedded thunder. But we could also have some gusty winds that are non-severe um, today across the entire region, especially across northern Indiana. Winds could gust over 50 miles an hour. And again, that's not related to thunderstorm convection. That's just what we call synoptic winds. A lot of that has to do with a tight pressure gradient that'll be over the region here today. Really tight millibars there, squeezing the air pressure. Weather likes to find a balance. So, wind is one of those ways nature tries to even out air pressure and differences in pressure. So, the greater the difference, the greater the wind speed. So, we're going to have some gusty winds today out of the southwest, 45 to 55 miles an hour across a good majority of the region. So, don't be surprised if the winds pick back up later today into this afternoon.
I may have small hail at my house.
Let's look at your radar.
I can't tell, but it's raining hard, whatever it has. I'm looking at my cameras now. I think it's just heavy rain.
Looks like heavy rain. The heaviest is actually just a little bit to your south. And we'll go back to the. It's not going to work. There you go. See if there's any more lightning here.
Don't see any lightning with it, although I see a little bit more of an intense band of a pocket, should I say, of some heavier rain potentially taking shape there. So maybe a lightning strike or two in the future. But I'm more so concerned about the wind, not concerned, but more so interested to see if it's any wind with this. You can see the rain band there on the right side of the screen moving in this direction. So take a look at your text when you get a chance, your messages, should I say.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yeah, no rush.
Do, do, do.
Yeah, today, outside of Michigan, there's a high risk, level 5 out of a scale of 5 to our south across portions of Alabama and Mississippi. That's for severe weather. That's going to be for significant, if not violent, long track tornadoes, again, deep south area. So if you guys have friends and family who happen to live in the deep south, I would say it is a good thing to send them a text or a call, get them aware of the threat, and work together as fellow Americans to get the word out that today could be a very dangerous day for the deep south. For us up here in Michigan, as well as Indiana and portions of Ohio, we also have a low low end severe risk for now. That's going to be for damaging winds and perhaps the possibility of a couple tornadoes across the region. It's definitely not as high risk as the further south of us, but still a risk nonetheless we should take seriously. We'll have a break here. We're going to wrap up our stream here pretty shortly, actually, just because the way things are going here, I'll take the radar back and kind of show you guys. We're going to wait for the camera here in Burton to be impacted by this line before we do hop off. But I will show you guys what's going on and what we're going to kind of keep an eye on. But we have some of this line, so to speak. It's moving more so northeast than it is more so east. So what that's going to do is going to keep it in Indiana probably up until the Cincinnati, Hamilton area by the Dayton area. So it's probably going to be in Indiana for the next probably 90 minutes to 2 hours. So as such, the storms are weakening. So our concern is dropping very quickly. We're likely not going to have any more tornadoes, or if they are, they're going to be pretty weak in nature. This is more so a hail threat right now based on the radar guidance. So given that we've been live here for going on 8 hours here, on basically no sleep, we're going to end our coverage here in a few minutes because we have a lot of work to do behind the scenes. We have to do a briefing. We got to get some sleep. We got to do another coverage stream later today. We're packed here. It's just Caleb and I running things on both accounts. So bear with us. The risk for damaging winds and tornadoes is lowering across southern Indiana here, but the risk for hail does continue. So very, very, very limited area here across very far extreme portions of southern Indiana here.
Basically, the bottom row of Indiana
row.
counties, from let's say Tell City, just to the west of Louisville, towards Cincinnati, could see a risk of some hail, quarters, perhaps maybe some $half size hail as well. But again, the tornado risk is pretty low. A lot of this rotation has been higher up in the clouds, not really coming down to the ground as much. So gusty winds and hail is the biggest risk here over the next 90 minutes or so. But again, we have a lot of work to do here behind the scenes. We've been running here for over 8 hours. So we'll probably end it here in the next couple of minutes. So again, thank you guys for being with us here tonight during our severe weather coverage here. Again, we've seen everything from tornadoes, large hail, significant wind gusts. Again, it really was an active night across the region. So we appreciate you guys staying with us here and counting on us here, despite some technical difficulties
a lot of those
with our technology here. So again, sometimes technology will be technology. That's one of the downsides of technology. So again, thanks for being with us here, sticking with us, and we greatly appreciate it.
Yep, and we're going to stand for like another minute or two just to kind of watch this camera. It's starting to rain there. I'm more so curious for the wind on this aspect, not really so much the rain or lightning. I just want to see if it's going to be windy with this particular line of storms, and then we'll hop out of here. But again, if you are watching from Michigan, do expect a briefing to take shape or take place sometime around noon, probably in the afternoon, or right around noon, should I say. It's going to depend on our schedules because we both have kids as well. We have families to deal with, so we kind of working around each other's schedules. So bear with us through the day. We'll be live either way for more severe weather if anything happens across, especially Michigan, maybe Indiana again. We'll have to talk that out and see what our plan is. But we will be live here regardless later on today if any threat does materialize. And we'll, I don't know what that was. But we'll post about anything that we see concerning the state of Michigan or Indiana severe weather-wise. So with that, looks like the camera is just about to be impacted by the heaviest of rain. Actually, it looks like it already is being impacted by the heaviest of rain. So if there is no wind with this, there likely is not going to be wind, period. So we're going to pop out. And the camera finally kicked out of night mode in Harbor Beach. So go figure.
Right on time.
Right on cue. Actually, I think it's still in night mode, but it looks a lot better with some light there. So you can see it a lot better in the structure of the clouds.
There we go.
Actually, let's keep it here just for a second. Let's see if we can see some distant lightning to the right of the screen. This is facing north, so storms will be passing off to the right of the screen. We'll see if we can get anything. There's still some lightning off the shore of Harbor Beach. Let's see if anything pops up. Give it another minute or two. But yeah, if not, again, we'll catch you we'll catch you guys later on this evening. So, with that being said, Caleb, I think we are going to be good to. There we go. Good to pop out of here, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. Again, thanks so much for staying with us here tonight for our live severe coverage across the entire region. Again, a big thank you for those of you who heeded the warnings and took shelter. Again, we saw very active night, really our first widespread severe weather event for a good portion of the region. Had a couple warnings there in southwest lower Michigan, but primarily across Indiana, especially western and southern Indiana. Got hit pretty hard last night from significant wind gusts to isolated tornadoes, and even one long track tornado potentially that was on the ground for several miles. So, again, thank you for those who stuck with us throughout the night. It was a very long stream, strenuous stream, but again, thank you guys so much. And again, if the threat arises or if the need arises, we will be live here. There's some good lightning there. Later today to cover any severe risk that does reinitiate later today. Again, more of a conditional risk. It really just depends on how the atmosphere recovers, what the overall dynamics look like as we move into this afternoon. So again, a non-zero risk, but it is conditional nonetheless. So it'll be monitored here today. Again, Ryan and I will be running the show here today from radar to graphics and everything else. So we have a lot of things to do and not a lot of time to do it. So with that being said, Ryan, what do you say, man?
I say it's time to roll the outro
I think
and
so.
enjoy the nice, beautiful scenery here in Harbor Beach. So, with
Absolutely.
that being said, we're going to leave you guys with the view and some outro music. So, you guys enjoy yourself and enjoy this view courtesy of Guardian Technologies based out of the Burton area. Thank you to Guardian for giving these cameras, installing these cameras, and giving us access to these networks. So, with that being said, we'll catch you guys later.